Peace and blessings, collective. Get ready to get us some tunes going. Here you go. Oh, you know what? Sorry, y'all. I'm drenching sweat. I know I ain't talking. I'm trying to get this tunes on, and we can start chatting. Give me 2 seconds. You already know. For those of y'all who know, I'm a big Erykah Badu fan. And Jill Scott. Hey, how are you? Peace and blessings. Can y'all hear the music? And I think it's a little bit of a delay. It ain't working. We having some issues over here. The power done went out, y'all. The air conditioner stopped blowing. It's hot up in this piece. But we blessed because we here. We alive. You can't hear the music? Oh, man. Hey. Hey, Danny. Let's see. Darn, no music. Why can't y'all hear the music? All right, I know what I'm going to do. So, bear with me, y'all, because obviously we having glitches. Sis, upstairs in my room is the speaker. Upstairs in my room is the speaker in the back room. You don't mind? Thank you. All right, so we're actually going to be having a bunch of giveaways. I'm going to go get those in a second. Hold on. Before I start talking, let me just get the music together. Y'all know I'm a Gemini. Y'all know I'm all over the place. So give me 2 seconds. All right. Whew. We've known each other for a while. All right, so we'll have the speaker as soon as the queen bring it down. And then it'll be on. All right, so can y'all see me okay? I hope so. Oh, there's a little delay. Okay. Thank you, Thakia. Hey, Thakia. Hey, Steph. Hey, Cece. I see y'all in the building. I appreciate y'all. Y'all hear that thunder and lightning? Or this sounds like it's about to be a whole hurricane outside. Trying to get this popped up a little bit so y'all can see me better. All right. Okay. So tonight I'm hyped because, like I told you guys, I have released a line of Yoni steams, and the big news that I have for those of you who are not my friends on Facebook, for those of you who are like subscribers that are going to be coming in later, I'll repeat it again. but Walmart has accepted me to carry my line in their stores. And that's a big deal for me because I got the news like right before it was time for me to submit some other paperwork to like Target. So I'm actually working on a couple of stores right now, but Walmart was the first one that accepted me. And I was just like, man, I'm getting ready to go into my my Earth Day, and I'm excited because of course, I mean, it's a big deal to be, with Walmart and Target and all these other big retailers. But for those of you who know, like I just lost my dad last year, and it was just like, man, I'm grateful. And as soon as I got the message, I couldn't help but think like, man, Papa, you're not here to physically see me, but I know you up there and you seeing me, you smiling down on me in the whole 9 yards. I'm trying not to get mushy right now because I feel it coming on, but it's the reality. Like, just gratitude, just 100% gratitude. So for those of you who don't know, tonight is a full moon. It's a lunar eclipse. They call it the flower moon because it's in May, but it's also a super moon. So there's like a super blood moon. So there's like 5 different things going on with the moon tonight. And this channel that we are on is for the red tent. And the red tent is all about, women coming together, building up each other, loving on each other, just pretty much being a support system, way back in the day in biblical times. Oh, you don't see it in the sewing room on that shelf that was on the wall. All right, so my desk is there, and then there's a shelf on the wall. All right. I'm sorry, Queen. Got you running around like crazy. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I was talking about biblical times. So back in biblical times, there was something called the red tent. And the red tent was a place where the women would gather and they would come, and children young girls from the age of puberty all the way up until menopause would gather in this red tent every single month. And that's where they would go to menstruate, because back then it was seen as dirty, you know what I mean, to menstruate around a man. And everybody's like, ooh, that's weird. Women menstruate for all these different days, and and they don't die because they're bleeding for 7 days. And what is this? This must be something crazy. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, the women created a sacred space. It's like, man, if we can't be appreciated for what we have as women, we're going to go and we're going to create a sacred space. And so in that sacred space, and Dina, in the Bible, for those of you who know the Bible history, Dina was the first midwife, quote, as far as documented, as far as I know, like going back into the red tent history. But she was the first one who started to teach midwifery and started to teach women's health and things like that, as far as like dealing with the red tent. So they go in this space, they would birth their children, they would gather, they would, menstruate, of course, because this is around it, Oh, for those of you who don't know, if you are living in a close quarters with a bunch of women for any period of time, you're going to begin to have what's called a dormitory effect in this, where women start to menstruate together. So because of that, because they all gathered there, all the women would be on their cycle together. So I'm saying all of that to say and give you a little bit of a understanding of why I created this. I realized that in today's time, and through all of the women that I've dealt with, through the missions that I've worked with, through the women I've dealt with through the red tent, in the mosque, in the church, all these different places, I realized that women are hurting. You know what I mean? We're hurting long amounts of time. We're hurting deep within. We are feeling a sense of loneliness. You know what I mean? It could be very lonely as a woman. For those women who are in the red tent and who don't have support systems on a regular basis and don't have other people that they can be around and that can love on them, this is a safe space that I created. And so I started the red tent 6 years ago. I started having the red tent meetings in my house 6 years ago. Women would come, they would gather, like I said, we would talk about all the women's mysteries as far as the cycle and teach womb health. And then it started to grow. And then I decided to bring it to public. So that's a little bit of the history with the red tint. Now, about Yoni Love Herbals. Yoni Love Herbals is my product line. And it's a line that I created specifically to help women heal their wombs. So during this time in the red tent, while I'm working with women, while I'm talking to them, while I'm getting time to commune with them, and go through my doula training, I realized that a lot of us are suffering with the same kind of vaginal ailments. The BV, the yeast, the fibroids and cysts, the sorry, y'all. It was like people text me about coming and not coming. It's a lot going on. The BV, the yeast, these are all issues that I noticed. Women who are, giving birth to their children, for those women who are doulas, that are in my community, the Yoni Steam is a way to really clean out the womb. So the way that the Yoni Steam came to me, and this line came to me, was I was going through I was suffering myself with BV, and I was suffering with yeast. And I had polycystic ovarian syndrome, right? And I suffered with I got my cycle when I was 9. Okay. And I was suffering with polycystic ovarian syndrome since I had my cycle. I went to the gynecologist, as a teenager, and they're like, oh, you have PCOS. And it's like PCOS. And they gave me that, real daunting news that they tell so many of us, oh, with PCOS, you probably won't be able to have children and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, oh man, my life is just going to go to crap pretty much now because I can't have kids. And they gave me all of this scare talk, you know what I mean? And I know that wasn't their intention. Their intention was to inform me about what PCOS can entail, you know what I mean? And one of my real good friends, Dana McCullough, is in the chat, so she can, talk about that in a little bit, but as far as PCOS and women's issues. But anyway, so I know that they weren't telling me that to scare me. They were telling me that to give me an understanding of what PCOS entails. But through that time, I suffered for a long time. So now move forward to my teenage years. And when I finally do have Rakaya, I realized, oh, okay, cool. My ovaries work. I got Ruki. You know what I mean? I got a child. Okay, yay. I went through that whole thing and I was able to have her. And when I went through that, I noticed though that the PCOS, even though I still had Rakaya, the PCOS was still persistent. My periods would come once every 2-3 months, at the most. And when they did come, they were 10 to 14 days, and they were horrible. Horrible. So what I began to do was pray, of course, right? For those of you who know me real well, I'm a prayer. I really believe in a divine connection with the Most High. So I was praying. I'm like, all right, I need a solution to this. I need a solution to this. I need a solution to this. And as I'm praying to the Most High and I'm asking him for help, and I'm now raising Rukai, and she's like 1 or 2 years old, and time is passing on, I start to hear a lot of sisters talking about this thing called the Yoni Steam. But I'm like, okay, yeah, and how when you first hear something as anything dealing with your muda, aka your vagina, you're like, oh man, I don't know if the Yoni Steam is something that's safe. You know what I mean? So you start to try to figure out ways that you can, how do I say this? You can kind of help yourself without doing intrusive measures, right? So it's like, I don't know if Yoni Steams are safe. I got to do on my own, research and things like that. Okay, so I was researching, but I was still praying. I was still asking the Most High for help. And I started to notice that after I had Ruki, my period started to shorten, but I was still suffering with BV. So instead of my periods lasting for 10 to 14 days, they started to go to 7 to 10 days, right? So now I get into 10 day period, but my cycle was still very all over the place. It was up, down. Sometimes I get it every month. Sometimes I get it once every 2 months. Sometimes it would come back. It would not. So I was like, man, this PCOS thing is persistent. And so finally this one night, I was in like really, really meditating this particular night. And I'm like, okay, Most High, I need you to heal me. For those of you who know me very well, your girl is not into medications. I'm very, very much into herbs. And I believe that everything that we need to heal ourselves, everything that we need to prosper, everything that we need to stay alive and to thrive in this world, the Most High gave it to us. And so I'm like, and to tell you the truth, for those of you who don't know, most of the herbs that they use, most of the pharmaceuticals that they use are actually derived from herbs, right? So when you start to go back through them and you look at those commercials, have you ever seen those commercials that say, hey, this herb, this medication helps you with your brain activity, but if you are already taking, say, St. John's wort, then you don't want to take this medication. Why? Because it was made from St. John's wort. But they won't tell you that. They're going to tell you, oh, yeah, we have this medication. It's going to heal you. And that's fine. Pharmaceuticals are fine for those of us who decide to do it. But for me, I just don't care for it. So go back to my praying. So I'm praying. I'm asking the Most High for help. And this particular night, I go to sleep. And when I go to sleep, an elder comes in my dream. And I have very vivid dreams anyway. But an elder comes in my dream. And she's like, here is a bunch of herbs. And she hands me the herbs like this. She's like, here's a bunch of herbs. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? In the dream, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? And she's like, take this. Like, girl, you've been asking for a solution. You really about to be questioning me about, what you're supposed to do with it. Well, I'm about to tell you what you're going to do. You're going to take these herbs. So I'm like, all right. I'm going to be listening. I'm not trying to go against you. I believe in you. Okay. I believe in what you're trying to tell me. Okay. So she hands me these herbs. And when I receive the herbs in my hand, she starts to teach me each of the meanings of the herbs. This herb does this. It heals this. This herb does this. It heals this. She gave me over 15 herbs in the dream. And she said, now go. And shoved the herbs towards me. And I woke up. And I sat up in the middle of my bed like, what in the whole entire heck is going on right now? So I was at first a little bit freaked out, and I'm like, all right, I know I was praying. I know I was asking for help. I know I was trying to look, for solutions to these issues that I'm having, and that while I'm in the red tent and I'm conducting this red tent, I'm seeing that the women in the red tent are also suffering with it. It's like, yo, I'm going to find us a solution, y'all. So I take the herbs and I write them down in my journal. Matter of fact, it's so funny because when I say I don't go nowhere, look at this journal. This is actually a journal my poppy gave me. Because for those of you who know me from way back in the day, when I was a child, I was really into speeches, and I have depictions of all kinds of stuff that spirit shows me in here. Oh wait, I'm opening it up the wrong way. Y'all get the point though. I'm trying to show y'all I'm trying to show you. You know what I'm saying? I write my manifestation. So for those of you who don't know about scripting is like when you write something over and over and over and over again. So I use this journal, right? And so I went into my journal and I wrote down everything that the elder told me in my dream. And I said, okay, spirit, guide me, right? Spirit, most high, guide me. Show me what to do with these herbs. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to actually try it out myself. I'm like, all right, what if this really do work? You know what I'm saying? And when you first get a message from spirit, a lot of times you be a little bit hesitant to tell people because it's like, man, you don't want to tell people, they're going to think you crazy. You doing something spirit's telling you in your dreams and stuff like that. But y'all know me, I'm down for the adventure. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to try it on myself. I'm not going to tell anybody yet. I'm going to try it on myself. And I tried it. I boiled the herbs. I did exactly what she told me to do. I was talking to other sisters about Yoni Steaming at the time, and they were telling me their experiences and showing their herbs. And I'm like, those aren't really herbs that the ancestor gave me in my dream. So I'm just going to follow the herbs that I have, but I'm going to do the practice. And so I did it. And when I did it, it was like, whoa. I was taken aback by how profound I can feel the difference in my womb. The cramping that I had with PCOS, the long, crazy periods shortened even more. The bloatedness that I was experiencing stopped. All of these different things started to change. I noticed, like I said, the periods were less. And that was my biggest thing. It's like, man, your cycle is on for 10 to 14 days. It's like, nah, you need a solution at that point. And so it's like, all right, I'm doing these herbs. I'm Yoni steaming. I'm noticing a difference. Then I went to the doctor one day because I was having a little bit of pain. And I was like, oh, man, what's this pain? Go to the hospital. they tell me, oh, you have a fibroid. And I'm like, oh man, here we go with the stuff. I'm getting more stuff going on. I already got the PCOS. Now I got a fibroid. So they did the, ultrasound of the fibroid. It was 4 centimeters big. And I know that's not real big because some people, some people have fibroids that are, grapefruit size. And I can only imagine, you know what I mean? And I sympathize with these sisters because some of them, I'll get into that story later. But wait a minute, y'all, this is not going to be all story time, but I gotta build up to the rest of the stuff that's about to happen tonight. So y'all bear with me for like 5 more minutes. So anyway, I'm seeing these sisters who have these really large ones, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to try this Yoni Steam. I kept on trying it. I kept on doing it, and I began to increase the amount of time that I was doing it. And the more that I increased, and when I say increase the amount of time, so before I was only Yoni Steaming like once in a while when I thought that my cycle was getting ready to come on because I had real bad cramp, and then I would Yoni Steam like right before, like couple of days before, and it's like, oh, okay, now my cycle's okay. But then I was like, hold up, I want to be proactive, not reactive. So I started to Yoni Steam on a more consistent basis, like every 2 weeks. And when I started to Yoni Steam every 2 weeks, I noticed that pretty much all of my PCOS symptoms had completely stopped. And it was like, whoa, this stuff is real. And I started to give the Yoni Steams that I had to sisters that were surrounding me. And so I would give one out and the sister would write back, oh my goodness, what's in these herbs? What's happening? I'm seeing a difference in my body. I'm seeing a difference in my cycle. I'm feeling so relaxed. I'm feeling so relieved. I'm just, I'm free. This is the best self-care. And, and if you research Yoni Steams, some people call them V Steams, you'll see that most of the time, these Yoni Steams and these V Steams are steams that are being done for self-care. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to see all the benefits. And there's a lot of benefits, which I'm going to get into in a second. But most of them are doing it for that. And then I started realizing, though, when I was Yoni Steaming, different issues from the past and different relationships and things like that, that I was thinking about on a regular basis and that I was trying to get rid of and purge, you know what I mean? So I can be healed and I can move on. They started to come up. They started to become a very real part of my life. And it was like, whoa, this is deep. Like, why are these thoughts and why are these things that happened 8, 9, 10 years ago haunting me right now? Like, it's not like something happened right now that's triggering me. And so as I started to do my research and I started to really look into a lot of what was being, and I started to study with the elders in Senegal and in Africa, I started to realize, through talking to them, Yoni Steaming awakens those things that are trapped in our wombs as women. And if you know anything about being a woman, if you know anything about manifestation power as a woman, you realize, my womb is that center. The same way that I can carry this child and I can nurture it and I can bring it into the world and I can raise it up and I can see it become an adult is the same way that I can think something in my mind and I can meditate and I can have conversation with my womb and I can listen to what she's saying to me and I can tap into that. And I realized, I don't have to suffer with this stuff anymore. You know what I mean? I don't have to suffer with the things that I want in my life not happening. I don't have to suffer with the dreams and the goals that I don't want to not happen anymore, because if I really get really tapped into my womb, I can have everything that I want. And you start to realize the manifestation powers, or at least I did. And so I started to combine the healing properties of Yoni Steams. And I have to be careful when I say healing, because, the word healing and treatments and all these things are words that the medical field has pretty much coined, but I'm into naturopathy, and the term I still use heal, because the reality is, if I'm removing not only the symptom but the condition itself, to me that's a healing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying healing in a way, but I'm giving a disclosure that this is not like a cure-all thing, right? I don't want you guys to have that idea, but this is something that if we do on a regular basis as women, we can begin to drastically change the condition of our wombs and the states of our wombs. So, peace! Oh, yes, the queen just came in, y'all. Oh, you can leave it open, sis, because the air conditioner stopped. You look beautiful. Yes, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to show y'all my sister. All right, so yeah, if we really tap into all of these different things that's going on with our wombs, and we start to look into our manifestation power as women, and we really start to commune with ourselves, we can realize, oh, okay, I don't have to live in this life that I've had already. I can begin to change that. If I yoni steam, if I set my, you can come. Peace and blessings. Oh my gosh, thank you for coming. My sister Alicia, y'all. Say hi. Peace, everyone. Hi. So the queen gonna come downstairs in a minute, and then I'll like switch into the like tent space. So sorry, y'all. What was I saying? Okay, I was talking about steam. So, when you start to do the yoni steaming, and we are going into yoni steaming in a very concentrated and woosad manner, right? We setting our intentions. We're going into a space of meditation. We're setting our intentions for what we want to gain from this. We start to realize the change. And so, like I said, I talked to some of the sisters, and I'm going to get into this a little bit more in a little bit, but I started to talk to some of the sisters, and I started to give out the yoni steams, and they started to give me their reviews. And after it's piled up over the years, I said, okay. So thank you, Kia. I started to give it out to the sisters. I started to get their feedback, and when I was getting their feedback, it was like, okay, this thing is working. I'm going to release this. I'm going to trust in the Most High. I'm going to trust that I was given something that I prayed for. I'm going to trust that, and I'm going to trust, and I'm not going to question, right? Because after we get the answer, sometimes we go back to question it. I'm going to trust, and I'm not going to question this set of herbs that I was given. Now, the other thing that I want to say before I switch into the next thing we're going to do and making some announcements, the other thing that I want to say is that when you are yoni steaming, and oh man, just lost my girl on something to do it. Sorry, Erica playing. She distracted me. Darn. Oh, something else I wanted to say to y'all. Okay, I'll probably go remember it later. I'll get into it later. Darn. Oh, that's what it was. So, real quick, I was saying that thank you there, Kia. You said that it wasn't a cure, and yes, that was a point, that it's not a cure, but it's something that can help us in our healing process, right? When I went back I had to go recently to the hospital, and it was about a 9-month period between the time that I was diagnosed with a fibroid that was 4 centimeters big and the time that I went back. When I went back to the doctor, they had to do an ultrasound. And when they did an ultrasound, and I actually did a video about this where I went into a lot of detail. It was TMI. It was definitely TMI, but I'm sharing my story. For me, for those of y'all who know, I leave everything out in the open. I'm not a person that's scared to share my story. I'm not scared to tell you real deal what it is. It's going to be, if it's TMI, it's TMI. But somebody out there is dealing with the same stuff I'm dealing with. And somebody out there is looking for questions and is looking for answers. And I want them to know, like, this is a safe space. You can come and ask me whatever. I'm approachable. I'm not judging you, because half the stuff I probably dealt with myself. And specifically, when you're doing something like the red tape, you got to be open. You got to be open, and you got to be able to be helpful to sisters and not judgmental, right? So that was really important to me that I shared it, and I am very open on my YouTube channel. If you come and you watch it, you will see. But in that particular video, to make a long story short, it's entitled TMI Experience, my V Steaming Experience. In that video, I go into real graphic, and I show pictures and everything of what I'm talking about right now with the fibroids and things and class that I was passing. But anyway, I went back to the hospital, and praise report was that I had shrunk the fibroid down an entire centimeter from the time that I had begun yoni steaming to the time that I had stopped yoni steaming. And I was like, this is definitely like the final proof in the pudding that I need. So there were 7 different recipes that the elder gave me, and I'm going to get into those in a second and show you guys. But along with the 7 blends that are there are Yoni Steaming blends that will be carried on the website. Yoni, wait, matter of fact, let me write this here. Yoni Love Herbals is the name of the website for those sisters who don't know. Lord, people are messaging me on Facebook. I can't right now. Okay, so yeah, Yoni Love Herbals. Yes. So over on the website, we have Yoni Steams. And the launch party right now is for pretty much just the Yoni Steam line, but there's other things that's going into it, and so I'm sharing that with you. The Yoni Steams are there. I have herbal teas that deal with the same issue for those women who are teetotalers and who like to drink tea on a regular basis. I have teas that match up with every single Yoni Steam blend that I mentioned, that I'm going to mention in a minute. I have affirmation booklets, because affirmations is something that's very important when you're Yoni Steaming and on a regular basis, especially when you start working with manifestation, and that's what the womb is all about. You're like, oh, okay, I need to focus on, manifesting. So you say your affirmations, and in that same video I just talked about, there's some there, but you're saying I am enough. You know what I mean? I have the power to manifest all that I want in my life through my womb. I know that there is no one and nothing outside of me that is bigger and better than I am. I am enough. Like, telling ourselves we are enough is important on a regular basis, because if we aren't, in this society, we spend so much time looking outside, outside of ourselves, and searching for solutions outside of ourselves. And we got to start to search for the solutions inside, and know that we are enough, and that our connection that we have with the Most High can give us exactly what it is that we're looking for, as far as answers and prayers and things like that. So when you talk to him, he's listening. He's going to answer you. That's what that's what he does. He assists us. So anyway, so we have affirmations there, Yoni Steams, Yoni Love tea blends, and then menstrual cups. That was another thing that I changed during my time where I was dealing with PCOS real bad. I changed the menstrual cycle products that I was using. I no longer use regular pads. I never really was a tampon person, but I don't use regular pads. And I switched everything that was a regular pad into a cloth pad. For those of you who don't know about cloth pads, maybe I'll show those a little bit later. They'll be coming to the line later on for those of you who are interested. But the cloth pads, and then I did Diva Cups. And Diva Cups to me was like, Lord have mercy, was a heaven sent. Because with PCOS, used to have my cycle very heavy. My flow was very heavy, and having a heavy flow, you run into the bathroom all the time, having to change. And like I said, TMI, I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm being real. And so with the Yoni Love, with the Diva Cups, you don't have to worry about changing it. I had a very, very heavy flow, and it was like depending on my site, and I'm going to say 4.5 to 6 hours, I can keep it there, and I was good, with my flow, and I didn't overflow, didn't have any issues, any of those kind of things. So I just wanted to say that. And so those are the things that will be sold there on the line. And I want to give you guys a little bit of understanding. So it is now 7:40. At 8 p.m., I'm going to be doing a couple of raffles off. We was actually supposed to do one right now. Actually, maybe I will do one right now. Give me 1 second. You okay? Did anyone help you? Probably. I'll get one. I'm just trying to take this in here. I think I'm good. Okay. That dress is so pretty, girl. I need it. What's that? Your dress. I'm trying to steal it. Thank you. All right. So we're going to be doing some trivias. We're going to be doing some question and answers. I'm going to be telling you guys different Easter eggs. So for those of you who know, Easter eggs are like little clues that were inside of movies, right? And there would be like little clues, and you had to find them. And those clues would be things that, would like burst open something that was a fun fact, right, in the movies. So we're going to do Easter eggs, or I'm going to call them Yoni eggs, right, because it's Yoni steaming. I'm going to call those Yoni eggs, and we're going to auction off and raffle off some gifts. Okay, we're going to do some trivia and some Ikea asked me which one to use for fibroids. So there is a fibroid and cyst shrinking Yoni steam blend. Yeah, it's on the site. And then there's also the fibroid / cyst shrinking tea blend. I just wanted to be you and me. Don't be talking about me, y'all. I know I can't sing. Sound like a whole man, but I'm still singing. I'm happy. Okay, so I put the information there. Thank you. Yeah. So, the nose ring. So we're gonna be throughout the night. We're gonna be giving. Shut up, Steph. Yes, girl. You know, back in the day. All right. So we're gonna be giving away some cool little giveaways. So this is a succulent fountain. Yeah, succulent fountain. Right. It's like a little water feature. And I thought this was fabulous, right? So this is a cup, and it says, "Don't forget you are magic." Hey, D. How are you? So this is a cup that says, "Don't forget you are magic." So I'm going to be raffling that off. We're going to do some trivia in a few seconds. This is a self-care planner, right? And it just has like some affirmations and week of and like how you want to take care of yourself. And we need that. That's what Yoni Steaming is all about, taking care of ourselves. And then you go, girl. It's a goal setting workbook. And then we have a wood picture. Yeah. Can y'all see this? A wooden essential oil diffuser. And we have a pink Himalayan sea salt candle. See the picture you can see. And we got a Yoni steam and incense holder. So those are the things we're gonna. Thank you, sis. We're gonna be giving some of those out. Okay. And so when I said Yoni eggs, we're gonna be saying some things throughout and some tips and tricks, right? So pay attention to the things I'm saying. For those of you who are able to stay here, pay attention to what I'm saying, because those are going to be the things. Word, D. It is so healing. Oh, child. Yes. All right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to respond to comments too. Okay, so we're gonna be giving some tips and things like that, and then having giveaways. So there was a video that I did a little bit back, and it was called the essential things that you need to change your Yoni steam at home, make it into like a spa, right? And so I listed 5 things there, and I'm going to talk about those 5 things throughout the night, but I listed 5 things there that makes your at home Yoni steam just like the spa. And so we're going to do that. I'm going to grab this camera, this setup, and I'm going to convert it over to the space that's the tent. For those of you who like have attended my red tent before, then you know that we used to set up the tent in the house, and it would be draped with fabric and material. And to be quite frank with y'all, there was many a nights that we got the praying, we got the crying, we got the chanting, and whatever else made us feel good at that time. We got the womb healing, we got the meditating, and we will fall asleep straight up in the tent. And if you don't know the new and full moon lasts for 3 days during the new and full moon cycle. So this full moon power that we're having right now with this lunar eclipse and things like that, and the energy that's happening during this time, it lasts for 3 days. And so we're going to switch here because there's some people here. The sisters are here. Only a couple of my girlfriends, and I want to start this off with no better way than to thank the Most High for this opportunity that I have to be here, but then to also just thank my father, my literal father. So mom made me, and his anniversary, I don't know if you guys can see this, but she made us a picture frame. Wait, I'm trying to yeah. And these are pictures of major times in my dad's life. And I love this saying right here. Can y'all see this? Because someone we love is in heaven, there's a little bit of heaven in our home. Oh man. But before daddy transitioned, the last place that him and my mom went was Egypt. And this is him in Egypt, going back to our roots, and different pictures here. And for those of you who know, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm giving y'all a clue right now. This is an Easter egg. Yoni egg. I'm sorry. This is a Yoni egg. I'm getting ready to tell you the two people who were the closest to me who transitioned, right? This is a Yoni egg, I'm telling you. So anyway, so pay attention, because if y'all put it in first, yeah. So my dad and my grandmother, for those of you who know Buppy, transitioned last year, and this is them outside of Bible Way, and this is us as a family. And I don't know if y'all know Bible Way real well, but this is on Scotia, for those of you who do, and then different family pictures. So the first thing I want to do is I want to set a candle, because obviously my papi is not here to be with me, but he's here in spirit. And so I want to, whew, sorry y'all, I'm getting a little emotional. I just want to, can y'all see this? No, you can't. I want to put his, I just want to light a candle, Spirit is still here with us, and still very, whew, child, this is difficult, because I didn't know I was going to get emotional right now. I told y'all I was going to try not to be a big old baby and cry, but that ain't working. But it is what it is. All right, so hope y'all can see this. I'm just going to sage my space real quick. I'm going to walk around and sage my space, and then light the candle for daddy, and then we're going to get started with some games and all that good stuff. Wow, that's what I need. All right. All right. So, for those of you who don't know, sage is a cleanser and a healer in the in sacred spaces. They use them. You probably have heard Tibetan monks, and even the Native Americans and different ceremonies would use sage as a cleanser, an energy cleanser. And so I just want to sage my space, and just thank the Most High. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this time, this another day of life, and another year of life that the Most High has given me. And I just ask him to fill this space up with positive and loving and healing energy, that every sister that comes into this space, and even gentlemen, if y'all are here watching too, for every sister and gentleman that comes into this space, that it be a space that's transformative for them and that's healing to them, and that this will continue to edify the body of women that are here in this life and in this universe together, that we may nurture each other as women, that we may love each other as women, that we may continue to heal and help each other heal and do the work that we need to do so that we can be our best and most beautiful selves as women. I also want to ask the Most High that He touch those sisters who have issues with their wombs. For those of us who I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments and praying at the same time. For those of us who are seeking healing, that we may get the answers that we need, and that the Most High may continue to edify the energy of the divine feminine. Queens, come here real quick. Let me do some saging. Whew. Let's see my. Y'all know my sister Kajimni. Yeah, I'm gonna do first. Bismillah. Y'all see? I want this to smoke though. You know, I like my sage to be torched. I like to turn around and whew. Bismillah. All right. So if you don't know anything about sage and you know you want to get a decent amount of smoke going, and it's a real pungent smell. I know a lot of people don't like the smell of it, but it's so cleansing. And it's so funny because I just recently took a trip to Mexico. If you didn't see it, I got a bunch of vlogs on my channel. You can go and see those. But in the trip to Mexico, we did the Temazcal. Sorry, Queen, you just got your arms out. I know I'm bad talking. Stay talking. We did the Temazcal. The Temazcal I'll talk about in a minute, and that'll be another Yoni egg. So I'm letting y'all know. But in the Temazcal, the women go in there and it's like the energy in the center of, they believe it's Mother Earth, right? And it's a sweat lodge. So we went to the sweat lodge and sage was used, right? And it was like helping us in that transition of manifesting what we want. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna do my own. Yeah. And if you don't know, I know, sorry. So I go from the head. Can y'all see me? Yeah. I go from the head down the front of the body. I go out to the arms, and I make sure that I spend a little bit of time hovering over the palms because we got chakras that are spinning in our palms. Mm-hmm. So we want to, talk about that manifestation and money coming to you, trying to figure out why your money ain't coming, clean that energy that you got all over you, and open up those chakras and energy that's there. So I sage down the back. Hold on, Queen. No. Open up. And then for those women, y'all can't see me. Y'all can't see me. So wait, I'm going to tilt it down. I told y'all this is all about womb healing and everything, right? So in our wombs, we hold that energy. And so when you go to Africa, you'll see the elders actually, stoop over top of a pot. And I'll get into that when we start talking about Yoni steaming. But I make sure that I sage. Watch your clothes. Child, in between. She's still. Right. About to get a moodle burn. She gonna not need a steam. All right. So right foot first. Do the bottom of the feet. Okay. All right. And then I go back to the crown. Just to seal it off. All right. All right, Queen. Next. Already. I need this. Word. We all need this. Child.
does.
Can y'all see me? No, y'all sitting here looking at my rolls. Y'all sitting here looking at my rolls. Steph, you ain't even tell me my rolls was in the camera. Shut up. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm crazy. All right, spin around. All right. Right. All right. All right. So which one of these lovely queens are going to sage me? It doesn't even matter. Whoever. She said, "Yup." And I don't have a skirt on right now, which sucks, but it is what it is. Oh shoot. I'm about to burn up my daggone carpet and my toes.
Yep.
Child, I'm catching stuff on. Oh, no. All right.
I got myself sprayed. Like, oh, I'm gonna get me too. Definitely like to get that crown.
I know my pants are baggy too. I got pants on. I should put on a skirt. I know better.
Okay. Oops. Yeah, hold it. I know that's how I was. I'm like, oh, my foot is good. Just let it go.
Was you done? Probably. All right. So sorry y'all for being long-winded.
Beautiful sage.
Yeah, I did. I think I did. I showed y'all, right? I got the colors of the chakras. Girl, 5 and below, for those of y'all who don't know. Word. All right, so we're going to light this candle for my poppy. And we're going to get this party started. Speaking of my poppy, where's my mother? If y'all out there with my mama, tell her to come. Where she at? She missing the party. Her and Ruby. What in the world? That's all right. Because you know what? All who's supposed to be here at this particular time is here. Hope it keep on burning. Burn for my poppy. Burn for my poppy. All right. We about to do a giveaway. So the first thing I'm going to give away is this wooden oil diffuser. Who are the two people that were very, very, and wait a minute, I'm going to tell the rules. Don't start typing yet, because I know y'all, you're trying to hurry up and do it. Okay, so I'm going to say 1, 2, go. Oh, she already put it in. You can't play. All right. So anyway, that's my assistant. She can't play. Oh man. Okay. So two people did it, and I probably, went on and started talking and jamming my mouth before I even got in. And it's a delay. I realize it's a delay in this. So two people put it there. So I'll still send both of them. I'll be nice and I'll send both of them the oil diffuser actually, because I didn't say the rules. But the rules for the future is I'm going to say 1, 2, go. And then y'all are going to type in, whoever types it in first is the person who gets the gift. That's how we're going to do it. But because I didn't say that before and I said, who is the, and then I stopped, they started typing first and they was able to take y'all gift. So anyway, Mia and Fakia. So Steph, she crazy. So Steph, write down for me, Mia, Lachey, and Fakia. Both of them are the ones who will be getting the oil diffuser. Take a note for me, sis. I appreciate you. We about to crack open some Qdoba dip and chips. If y'all don't have none, right? Y'all don't have no snack in front of y'all. Go take 2 seconds to get a snack, get a cup of tea, get something. I want y'all sitting there parched and hungry, listen to me yap and run my mouth this whole entire time. So we gonna get some chips and some dip. I'm gonna bring y'all over here so y'all can see the spread. My ghetto camera stand. And we're going to do some talking about Yoni Steaming, some chatting and some chewing. Can y'all see the table? Yeah. Actually, let me show y'all before we start moving stuff around and messing it up. So these are the Yoni Steam teas. Hope you can see. I know it's mad dark. I'm going to bring another lamp in here. Unfortunately, my living room doesn't have one. And these are the Yoni Steam blends that are going to be in Walmart. So I'm sitting this down and we're going to do some chatting and talking, chatting and chewing. Go get y'all a snack real quick and come right back. Don't try to kill my winter feeling. Sorry, Thakia. All right. Let's move over. Get y'all some chips and dip. Or whatever. Come on, sis. Join me. You gotta tell what we're coming over here. Okay. Hi, Jimmy. Yeah. You mind getting the juice out the kitchen? I appreciate you. I'm here to serve. Yes. Oh, Lord. And there's that lamp in here that we use. Okay. All right. All right, y'all. So get y'all a snack. Ooh, I need some water. Boy, those are parched. Now, if y'all didn't get a chance to watch the previous video I did, I talked about us actually taking the chat and chew theme to tomorrow. So a very good friend of mine, Danny. Oh, thank you, Steph. Everyone, a very good friend of mine is coming into town, and she has an organization called the Campus of Care for Women and Children, and she does a lot of outreach work in the community, and she will be here tomorrow or either Friday. I'm hoping tomorrow. We like praying really hard. She's coming all the way from Texas. So we're hoping it'll be tomorrow, but we want her to be safe while she's traveling. It's raining really hard, so we'll do a lookout. But anyway, tomorrow is the chat and chew. So we're going to be doing a chat and chew, and we're going to be having basically a roundtable talk. We're going to be talking about women's issues, but also our organizations as a whole, and really how we're catering to the women in the community, and to basically see how we can serve you guys more. If you are interested in it, stop by, share the word, spread the word to whoever you may know that may need the information, and tell them to come check us out. Okay. That's going to be from 7 to 10 tomorrow. Also, in addition to that, any questions? So any questions that you guys might have about Yoni steaming, about womb health, about labor and delivery, about anything, right? Getting rid of old energy from boyfriend, any of that, put it into the chat. My sister's going to write it down, and we're going to come and we're going to revisit all of the questions, okay? So anything that you have, flood the chat line right now. If you have any questions about Yoni Steaming, anything at all, write it. And then I'm going to make sure that I address every single one in addition to what I might have already said. But I am going to do... Really? Man, why?
They put it up on this one.
I wonder why, cuz.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at my cousin. She's saying she had to create a whole channel in order to comment. Actually, you know what it is? If you have a Gmail account, I believe that you can do all of your stuff through Gmail. So like if you have a Gmail account, you will log into your Gmail account, and as soon as you log into your Gmail account, right, I get it. It don't matter. But for those of you who like may be wondering, if you got a Gmail account, you can log into your Gmail account and then it'll let you in. Oh, can we
over here?
No, can we face it up so that it won't wear on a curtain? So y'all can like see what we doing, we talking, chewing. So yeah, any questions you have, I'm happy you was able to make it, cuz any questions you might have about Yoni Steaming, put them in. Women's health, any of that good stuff. And another thing that I want to do is while we sitting here and we talking and chatting and things like that, I'm going to go through the different Yoni Steam blends, and then you guys might have questions about those. So I'll cover those. Or if y'all didn't already, go get your snake. Go get your snake. So I got 2 different kind of quesos and some guac and some salsa, and we gonna get it popping. He don't tell my mama to come. Where she at? Where my mama at, y'all? Where she at? Somebody call Val and tell her to come here. Y'all know Val. Y'all know her 7 p.m. is 9. She be coming in an hour before the thing is over. Oh, mark my words, it's 8:08. Let's watch. Yeah, exactly, stuff. I know you laughing because you already know. To get the cord, we about to lose power. Can't hear that. That would be a devastation.
Erica Badu all the way.
Queen wasn't even low. It wasn't plugged in. That's why the thing wasn't working. Ain't that crazy? Oh, this is not reaching, y'all. I cannot hear this thing. All right, y'all. So this is real crazy, but I'm going to plug this in and then resituate the camera. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, fam. Support.
Yeah, call her and see. Sister Hadida, do you sell the Yoni eggs by chance?
No, but I am going to have a couple coming in. I don't have none yet. Sorry. I know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It works. It works. Yeah, I like it. I want to try it.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Don't talk about it yet, y'all. So they can hear.
Oh, sorry.
They talk about all this stuff. No? That don't work? I'm not going to lose power to this cat, to this thing. I can't figure out. I need to, hold this, Queen. Hold this. Somebody. I'm trying to find the outlet. It's about to die. That's the only thing I need.
Use this one right here.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Yeah. What am I stuck on? Damn, this is not, it's not a simple one. It's not a simple cord.
No, that's on the fan.
No, it's not a triple cord. It's not converting. Is it saying it's charging?
Is it saying it's charging? Your battery is
No,
not.
it's not. She turned me on.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I gotta make sure.
It's talking no more? Why don't you put that cord over there? You want to try it over there?
It's not working. I just tried. No, it's just not working. Oh my God, I cannot.
Wait. You have another extension upstairs?
No, not. Problem is it's 3 prongs.
Just breathe.
I'm trying, but this thing is on yellow. It's going to cut off.
Oh. So you can't just plug it in direct. Oh.
No. I got a converter. Can you plug this back in over there until I'm going to go get the converter? I'm sorry.
Plug it in where? Sorry. What do you want?
Over the next one, over here by the
The back of the thing. Can you see?
Yeah. I got my glasses on.
Oh, okay.
If I get my glasses on, I ain't see them.
Okay, we're just having a little bit of technical difficulty.
My
We shall return soon. Blessings, beloveds.
All right, I got it.
You want to pause it?
You can't.
Oh.
Can't pause the live. We're going to use the live.
Trying to get connection, guys. To get more battery.
Yes.
More power charge.
Bismillah.
Jesus, really?
Of course. Oh, child.
Here we go.
Girl. Y'all know y'all sister need to go to the gym. It's a whole daggone workout. All right. I'm gonna make this one. Yeah, let's put it here. Trying to figure out where I can sit this and it's still.
Maybe put it right here in the middle.
All right, so maybe I'll have to switch to this side. We'll switch with.
Up or
No, you can leave it there. We're gonna switch this side of the table. All right. Okay. Sorry, I'm reading through the comments. Word. Lana. Word. I didn't even see who you wrote it. I missed it. It's probably her calling me. So we talking about her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the white. Sitting on it.
So, Misha, I still want you to be in it, baby.
You still what?
I still want you to be in it. Assalamu alaikum.
I guess over there in the video.
I'm okay. I'm live shaped. Inshallah, I'm gonna call you later. I thought you forgot about me. You know what today is? Yeah. Don't be forgetting about me. Yeah. My birthday and I'm doing a launch party. So I'm actually live on the red tent, so I gotta call you back, inshallah. Shukran for calling me. All right, assalamu alaikum. All right. We can't see you, Alicia. All right. So I'm gonna sit here. We gotta totally rearrange this, but I want y'all
to take this up because it's blowing the wind.
All right, y'all can see us, right? Yeah, y'all can see us. Whew. Child. You know how on TV they be having all these technical difficulties and stuff like that? Girl. They do. So when one camera about to die, they just switch to the other one. Camera B and C. Well, this is live and in living color.
This is real reality.
Word. Can you hear me that water? I'm sorry. It's me live.
I know, right? So I'm gonna have to be stifling myself.
Let me just say, I'm so grateful for those of you who are here. I really, really am. Like, y'all don't understand. I'm extremely grateful. I'm gonna get some water because I'm a little parched. We're running all around. It's me live. Y'all can help yourselves.
Okay. I have a question.
Help yourselves, though.
How do you know when you're going through menopause? Because now with the COVID and all kind of different symptoms in the air and toxic environment.
All right, so we got a question. Oh, I love you too, Steph. All right, so we got a question. The question was, how do we know if we are going through menopause? And that
I'm 47 years old.
wait. and that what we are experiencing is not just the toxins in the environment. That was the question from our sister Alicia. So we're going to talk about it. And beautiful segue to go into the menopause, Yoni Steam. How do you know we are going through menopause and that what we are experiencing is not just a toxic environment? It's hot. Sorry.
This one.
Oh, yeah, that queso. Yeah. All right. So, you mind if I put you on blast, Queen?
No.
All right. So, the first indication, right? So when you go into like women's health, right? One of the first indications that they're going to tell you is inconsistent periods. Like that's the first thing that women start to notice that it could possibly be menopause coming on. Now, obviously, your cycle can change with all different. I'm sorry, I'm talking to you, but looking at the camera. Obviously, your cycle can change throughout life, depending on the stresses that we're going through and, the environment, the toxins that's in our bodies. And if we're fasting, because me personally, when I fast, my cycle will come on immediately. Like if I start to fast today, my cycle going to be on in 2 or 3 days. By the time Saturday come, my cycle's coming. It's like the cleansing process brings your cycle down because that's also a cleansing to release whatever we did not use for that baby that we did not hatch, right? Well, for the baby that wasn't there. So, girl, how about your girl is pulling up? She made me a liar. It's 8:20. I was 40 minutes off. I said 9 o'clock, but she's making me into a liar because I see her pulling up now. So the question though, back to the menopause. So how do we know if it's menopause? So the first indication is that your cycle will begin to get irregular, right? More than what we would normally see and more like a consistent thing. Some people go from having a cycle every month to never seeing it again. Like it just stops all of a sudden. And then some women have cycle, skip 2 months, cycle, skip 2 months, cycle, skip. Your cycle becomes irregular from what your natural flow is my point. The next indication, or one of the next indications that women talk about is this, or they may talk about. I've heard like a different kind of tenderness in the breast, kind of like I have a lot of clients who talk about a tenderness in the breast, like ongoing, right? Not like some tenderness, like when your cycle getting ready to come, but like an ongoing, like kind of tingling, weird feeling like in the nipples and in the breast, right? Is like another indication that they talk about the, hey, it's another indication that they talk about menopause coming on. And then of course the number one is like hot flashes and sorry y'all, I gotta greet my folks that's coming in. Hey, Ruth. Hey, Mom. Huh? Yeah. Y'all can come in. I mean, we live, baby. We live and live in color. Yeah, but you gotta come over here because I'm on the screen. I'm in front of everybody. Oh, she wants me to come off camera. All right. So, those are some of the major ones. If Danny is still here, I don't know if she still is because I know she's traveling, but she is, sis, feel free to comment with whatever you may want to comment on menopause, right? Because like that's the cycle that that's the expertise that we both deal with. But I want to give her an opportunity since she's not able to be here in person, which we were hoping originally that we can talk about it, that she can still chime in if she wants to. And I'm going to switch the camera around, but it's a lot going on in the room in a second. And then there's two women here who have already gone through menopause. And so we're going to talk about Ruki. Go get a headpiece, and then I want you to come join the table. We're going to talk about the symptoms that they had when they went through menopause. Okay? Yeah, we're going to put you on blast, sis. Yeah. Oh, yes, she is. You're going to move up to the table. You in the party. Hey, Mom, come to the table. She does look beautiful. I'm going to turn it so everybody can see. Mom, what's up? I know my fan is on the floor, but I'm still sweating bullets. It don't matter. And if you know anything about the quarterments, we sweat on a regular basis, constantly, nonstop. Hey, Aunt Val and Ruki. Lana said, "Hey."
Tell everybody I said hi. Hi, everybody.
Go ahead, baby. Oh no, we want you to answer this question first. Oh, you thought you was. Oh, she was. Y'all see that? She was about to exit out on us. She was trying to go to the store. Yeah, right. All right. So, Mom, since you want to go to the store, we're gonna ask you real quick. What were some of the symptoms that you? Word, Lana. Me too. I'm gonna get a hand one. Oh, a hand fan. I know, like back in church. Okay. So, Mom, what was some of the symptoms that you started to have when you were going through menopause? The question was, how do we know that we're going through menopause and not just toxins and environment changing? Can y'all see Mom? Yeah, y'all can see her.
Mood swings.
Okay.
I had mood swings. I slept a lot.
Mood swings outside of what's your normal cycle. Like, let's go here. Did you have PMS before menopause? Okay, so you never experienced PMS, so you had mood swings.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had I slept a lot.
Okay.
I'm trying to think because it's so long ago. I was going through menopause. No. That's basically it, right? The mood swings.
Okay. Well, and what I was getting ready to say is like, so I was naming some of them, but everybody's symptoms are different. It's not like everybody deals with the same ones, and that's why menopause, like the biggest indication when you start getting into women's health is the cycle. Like when your cycle just pretty much completely stops is how they know that. But those onsets of it, you could be like, oh, maybe I'm just feeling different, and then all of a sudden you don't have it anymore, and it's like, oh, I'm in menopause. You know what I mean? And this isn't some right. And so we're gonna get to you because I know you wait to talk about it.
That's me.
Right. So for sometimes we experience the on off. Some women stop right away. Some people have it and then it skips 2 months and have it and it skips 2 months and have it and skip and then all of a sudden it just stops. So, but like those other changes, it's not the same in everyone. So my main point though is that menopause is, of course, you all probably know, is when the period completely stops and we no longer are bleed. And when you get into the natural path, I'm going to turn the camera real quick. When we get into the naturopathic field and you start talking about spiritually, right? Y'all know that the cycle is it holds all of our power as women, right? Because that's what we use to birth the children that we are going to have and to bring those children into the world. So when we're no longer releasing that monthly flow, now we're talking about holding that wisdom inside of us. And what we were originally releasing every single month, we're not releasing. And they say that there's wisdom in the cycle because, we start being from the time that some of us are adolescents. Like me, I was 9 all the way up until 50, sometimes like I know women in Africa who are still mincing at 58 and 59. Like women are still getting their cycles well into 60. They can still get pregnant. So I mean, I know nobody is like, Lord have mercy, I ain't trying to get pregnant at 60, but I mean, reality, if you're in good health, you could. It's just that so many women are getting into a gray area at that age. So of course you don't want to be having a child at 60, but you can still obviously have one. And I actually have heard of women like in the circles that I've been doing as a doula who was going through menopause and their cycle stopped and stopped, and they thought that they couldn't get pregnant and they got pregnant, y'all. And she was 56. I heard one woman that was 56, a woman that was 58 got pregnant at 56 and 58. Like, so look at the emoji that stuff did. So yes, your cycle changes, but that's the major indication, obviously. Okay, so Kajimni, can you give us can y'all see that? Oh, this is dark. Go ahead, you talk. I'm gonna get
Want to change seats?
We can make it.
Change seats. Somebody go closer? Sit right here. No, not closer. Yeah, I did. Actually, you're going to lie down.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I could have stayed over there, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so yeah. I know. So if you don't mind, like, tell what your experience, like, not your whole experience, but
no, that's fine. So my experience, I'm in menopause. Not going through it. I am in it. Yes. So anyways, yeah. So what happened with me was my periods were irregular, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Because I felt that I was young. I'm only 53, and it was starting it up.
You was like 48, 49 at that time.
My late 40s. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, this is too early. I feel like so for me, it was irregular periods, and then periods just stopped. And I experienced maybe for a week or two, like just hot flashes every night. I couldn't sleep. And my eyes was looking swole up, and I looked like a raccoon. And I looked in the mirror, and I was like, "Oh, what happened?" I felt like I aged, and I went through a period of like, I couldn't be subtle. It was kind of depressing because it just like all of a sudden I had regular periods, and then it just was. Okay, I'm in menopause, and I'm like, well, where was the transition, the slow transition? So I was very like sad, and depressed somewhat. And then and I was like, you know what? I embrace it. I'm like, okay, I'm a crone now. I'm in my wisdom.
Word.
So just because you don't bleed and have a regular period, you still have a womb. So you still go through the ovulation. You still can feel like still have like tingly breasts and things of that nature. So you still experience some of the symptoms of getting a period, but you don't have to worry about it. So it's like, I don't have to worry about getting it. I don't have to worry about, oh, I need pads, I need a cup, I need this, I need that. I could just be like, yeah, you ready to go to the beach or whatever? I don't have to worry about those things. So for me, it was just the regular periods, very like, boom, it's here, handle it, deal with it, went through that phase, and then I embraced it. So, yeah, that's my story. I'm loving it, and thank you for allowing me to share.
You know what I mean? All right, so since I was having, sorry, I'm getting calls. Since I was having a lot of women who were talking about it, I told y'all, and for those of you who weren't here, just real quick, in the beginning. Oh, okay. So Danny, if you want to, I know that you just got back into the line, into the video or whatever. But if you want to put a couple of the things down that women can experience, because the question was, how do we know that we're going through menopause when we're going through menopause? What are some of the symptoms that we have when we're going through menopause? And I mentioned some of them, but you can mention them as well. So anyway, so the menopause Yoni Steam. This is the first one that I'm going to tell you guys about. The menopause Yoni Steam was a Yoni Steam that I created because women were coming to me and they were talking about it. And there's a lot of herbs that help to reduce. And I'll make sure that I for those of you who are interested, you can say me and put it in me there. But I'll make sure that I'll send out an email with all of that, because like we're running low on time. I don't want to be talking the whole time, but I'll send out a list of herbs and things like that you can use if you're into herbs or you want to get into herbs that will help you through the menopause time. But anyway, there's herbs in the Yoni Steam. Okay, Miss Renee. There's herbs in the Yoni Steam, then the menopause Yoni Steam that help to with the breast, that tingling that the sis was talking about, the irregular, like the changes of the irregular periods with the hot flashes that come along with it. There's herbs inside the Yoni Steam that help to slow down the hot flashes and they kind of make that transition from having a cycle every single month to not having a cycle all of a sudden. Like, because my sister told you, like, the experience that she had when she was having it, and then all of a sudden, bam, it just stopped. And it's like, to make that transition with the hormones a little bit smoother, there's herbs that you can take that can kind of smooth that out. So that's what this particular menopause. Oh, okay, thank you. That's what this particular menopause Yoni Steam is about. Okay, and so this is something that I didn't get a chance to say, but Thakia was the first one who mentioned she just ordered hers. And so, Steph, write down Thakia again and put down Yoni, menopause Yoni tea, because I'm going to give the Yoni tea to Thakia as a thank you for her purchase, since she was the first person that purchased on the live. Can you hand me that purple one? Yeah. So there's a menopause herbal blend. Were you talking about menopause, Thakia? Whichever one you were talking about, put it down there so that stuff can tell me later on. Or you can text me. I don't want you to have to put your business up. Oh, okay, the fibroid one. So I'm sorry. Can you oh, Lord. I'm sorry to put your business out there. I wasn't trying to like put you on blast. The fibroid tea. Sorry. You gotta read it, Mom. It's yellow. It's like a yellowish orange color. The other one. All right, so Steph, if you could put down a fibroid one. But anyway, so this is the fibroid tea. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I'm going to send her. Make sure you put it down, Steph, for the fibroid tea, a free fibroid tea as a complimentary gift, as a thank you. So anyway, what was I about to say? If you have questions, thank you. If you have questions about either one of the teas that I just mentioned, put them in the chat below, or anything, dealing with fibroids. For those of you who just come on, if you have questions about that. I also mentioned that there were Easter eggs that we were going to be having throughout this, so I'm going to be doing giveaways. Alhamdulillah, thank you for not being, funny about it. So there's some Easter eggs that we're going to do, and so I'm going to be mentioning that in a few seconds. Anyone of y'all have questions? You wanted to go, or you wanted to wait for Ruth? Ruth!
Yes, I have a question. What's the
Do you love me, she darling?
The youngest. What's the youngest age when you can start doing the Yoni Steam?
Okay, that's a really good question. So the question was, what is the youngest age a woman or a girl, a young woman, I want to say, can start to the Yoni Steam. So there's two things that's indication of this, okay? I want you guys to know that if you are pregnant, okay, I'm going to tell you some precautions first, and then we'll get into the age. If you are pregnant, oh, you have to, okay, that's fine. If you are pregnant, if you are getting ready to have your cycle, if you already, like, if you're getting ready to have your cycle, meaning within the next 5 to 6 days, your cycle is getting ready to come on, don't Yoni steam. And obviously not during your cycle, you don't want to Yoni steam, because Yoni steaming can alter the hormonal imbalances or balances that are happening for your cycle. So you want to make sure that you're not Yoni steaming during the time when your cycle is supposed to come on, because you can throw off that balance. Now, with that being said, the next indication or the key indication is if a woman or a young girl has begun to go through her cycle. If she has already had her cycle and she's well into it, she can begin to Yoni steam. The frequency for that is no more than once a month, and it's after her cycle has come. So I'm going to write these three things down, and this is an Easter egg for those of you who are listening. Don't put it down though first. I'm going to say what the Easter egg is. She Oh, the other thing that I didn't mention is she has so sometimes young girls come into their cycle. One of the main things that make young girls come into the cycle is crossing over the 100 pounds mark, right? So she has to be over the 100-pound mark also. So she's had her cycle for at least a year consistently. She's getting it for a year consistently with no stop, start, stop, start, stop, starts. She is she's had her period for at least a year. Just lost my train of thought. Had a cycle for at least a year consistently. At least, sorry y'all. If she is at least 100 pounds, she can begin to Yoni steam. All right, so a woman can begin to Yoni steam if she has begun to have her cycle on a consistent basis for at least a year, and two, if she is at least 100 pounds, she can begin the Yoni steam. Those are the two biggest things, because like I said, the Yoni steam has the ability to throw off the hormonal balance if you're doing it too close to your cycle. So you want to make sure that you're doing it some space out. But for a young girl, when she first starts to get her cycle, it can be inconsistent. You might get it 1 month, and then it may disappear for 2 or 3 months, and then it'll come back, and then she'll have it every single month. So we have to be mindful and like count from the time that she's having the cycle on out. And the one that I would suggest, y'all fine. The one that I would suggest for a young girl who's beginning to have her cycle is the peaceful perioding, because this is going to help relieve all of her PMS symptoms. The cramps if she gets them, the bloating if she gets it, the headaches if she gets it, the cramps, the headache, the bloating, the irregular of the cycle. It'll kind of like help it to flow. It will also, and so Yoni steaming also does like a light, makes the womb do a light contraction, which is why if you're pregnant, you cannot Yoni steam, but it does a light contraction into the womb. And so come over here, baby, so you cool. And get a plate. the womb will do a light contracting when you're yoni steaming, and it will do that. So you don't want to obviously do anything that's going to make your womb start to contract if you're expecting. But back to peaceful perioding, yoni steam. So if a young girl is yoni steaming and she's had her cycle for at least a year, she wants to do the peaceful perioding. It'll take and help relieve all of her PMS symptoms. That yoni steam, if you have questions about it, for any of you who may be having questions about it, put them down below and I'll answer them. I got a yoni egg instead of Easter egg. What is, and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, go. So don't put it down until I say go. But what is, Rookie, hand me the, I want to do that. Yes, I want you to. I'm sorry. Hand me the, shoot. Hand any gift over there, child of dust. You just pick one. Because I can't think. Huh? Yeah, that's, oh, yeah. Give me that one. Yes, honey biscuits. Let me tell y'all, I got me a pink Himalayan sea salt lamp. Y'all gonna see when we go into the next room and I do the demonstration, which is getting ready to be in a few minutes at 9. We're gonna switch to the other room, maybe more like 9, 10. But pink Himalayan sea salt lamp. Yeah, can y'all see this? It is so relaxing. So relaxing. I'm auctioning it off. So I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, go. What is the amount of pounds that a young girl has to reach before she can begin to yoni steam? 1, 2, 3, go. The person who puts it in first is going to be the person who gets this pink Himalayan sea salt lamp and then stuff right there in the name of the person who puts the correct amount of pounds as the answer. Meanwhile, oh, okay, Miss Renee, I see you. Oh, darn. All right, so Miss Renee got it. So Miss Renee, I'm sending you out the pink Himalayan sea salt lamp. Yeah. If you are a person who wins, I forgot to mention this. If you are a person who wins a prize, make sure you email me. Email me at thisredtent@gmail.com your shipping information. Thisredtent@gmail.com. Email me your shipping information so that I can send you out, put your name, of course, your address and your phone number so I can make sure you got it if I don't already have it, so that I can make sure you get your gift from tonight. I will be mailing those out tomorrow. Yeah. So my sister Alicia has another question. We're going to switch the camera back around and we're going to deal with that, and maybe those questions is going to segue into another yoni steam that we have. All right. You can tie it back, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, you question. Yeah, I'm sorry. Right here.
So I have just turned 47.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the sensation of my body that I was explaining to Sister Kajimi. I don't know if I'm going through the maiden stage, chrome stage, like Sister Kajimi just mentioned to me, because I'm around educators like you all, so you all could enlighten me more.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the sensations. You know, sensitive boobs. You want the final quality of food. You don't want to eat a lot of junk, you know, toxic things in your body. Fabrics, clothing have to be, you know, a softer texture. Smells. Like everything is heightened. And I don't know what it is. When you go to your doctor, right? And you look for answers, based on science, they can't give you answers. I think it's more of a spiritual journey for the menopause stage. Because, you know, it's like stuff that I explain to them, they can't explain to me, but I know talking to my sisters here now, they could, you know, help. Having, you know, the big O when you drive in your car. Because I know. Oh,
yes, baby. Now, I would not. I'm sorry, y'all, but I would not be mad about that one. Okay, that symptom sounds fabulous. You just be okay, close your ears. You just be driving it all of a sudden.
And that never happened.
Child.
I'm like, what is going on? So I'm here to find out.
It's okay, thank you. You can still enter.
Because we have, all these tools online and women getting more into the mechanic of things.
Uh-huh.
Does that affect, is it opening more portals in our body where we're getting more sensitive to everything around us? Because I have a lot of questions and I ain't getting answers. So I want to know. It's like everything is heightening, more sensitive, more. You want the best quality of stuff now. Like when you understand your self-worth and you see how powerful you is as a woman, sister, your journey in life, and you come to this awakening, it's like everything around you have to be of a higher frequency. So I don't know if I'm mixing that with menopause or so me. I don't know.
So my question to you is, have you noticed a difference in your cycles?
My cycle's still the same.
Okay.
It only changes if you are intimate, but I'm not intimate, so it stays the same.
Oh, that's a good one. We're going to talk about that in a second because that's one of my favorite ones. Like if you are regularly listening to my YouTube channel, you're going to already know I'm talking like specifically like recently. I've been talking a lot about being intimate and Yoni Steaming at the same time because it's a big deal. So, yeah. So what I want to say in answer to Sister Alicia is I think that as women, as we're advancing on our self-healing journey and we're, trying to heal our bodies and we're going through these different things and we're learning, and the older we get, we learn ourselves more, the more we begin that process of learning. And sometimes that happens like today my birthday. I don't even know how old I am. I'm 34, y'all. I'm 34 today. So today I'm 34, and even though I'm just turning 34, so many things has begun to like open up in my life. So I think that everybody kind of reaches that place of understanding themselves and getting to know their bodies and getting to know their self-worth and getting into all when you start realizing, oh, I'm not getting ready to deal with him because he don't know what I'm worth. I'm not getting ready to deal with her because she bringing drama. I'm not getting ready to deal with these, situations and peoples and places and things because these things aren't feeding my spirit anymore. And you don't even have to be a religious person, but just being connected to divine, whatever you believe that source is, you start to realize like, oh, okay, I don't want to be in things that aren't feeding me anymore. And the more you start to get into that, the more your body is going to change. You're going to become heightened. So my response to Sister Alicia is those all can be things that are key indications of beginning menopause, but thank you. Those are all key indications that can talk about us beginning menopause, but her definite confirmation is going to be when her cycle starts to change, because that's going to be, and those, like I was saying, like this is not something that every woman experiences, but them tingly breasts, y'all, like I can't tell you how many of the clients that I deal with and women that I'm talking to, and I'm not going through menopause, but I'm dealing with it all the time, are having, obviously I'm not going to, but are having their breasts tingling like 24/7, like they nipples is just on like an electrocution is just stuck to them all day. And you just walk around with something. Oh, me to laugh. Y'all know I ain't got no sense. But something is just sitting like a real small like vibration all day long on your breast. Okay, so but when your cycle starts to change, it's kind of like that key thing that tells you, oh, okay, this isn't just me being on my self-learning journey. This is really me going into also like my menopause. You know what I mean? I think that cycle changing is going to be the thing that lets you know. Because I'm not going to lie to you. You've always to me been everything that you just named seem like all things that since I've known you, you've been like that.
Right.
And I just think that the more, yeah, that's what I was about to say. The more we start to focus on healing and going through the self work and all of that kind of stuff, they're going to be heightened, right? And that's what I really think it is, that we're advancing. As we're advancing, our connection is advancing, and so is the experiences that we're having in our body that lets us know, hey, we connected to the divine and we connected to the universe. Anything you want to say, Sister Jenny? I don't want to be speaking out all day. Let somebody else speak.
The hot flashes, and I've heard that the hot flashes could be your kundalini rising.
Ooh,
Every
yes.
time you
Y'all
get
hear
the hot
this?
flashes. So, as you were saying, it's like spiritual ascension. So, with the hot flashes, I do believe that it is a spiritual ascension. So, maybe that's why, you have heightened everything going on.
Yeah.
So, I've heard that. I just wanted to add
PBR.
that piece about the kundalini rising. If you don't know what that is, we have 7 chakras in our body.
Can y'all see?
We have more, but they talk about the 7. And from your root to your crown, you have the serpent that goes from the root to the crown. And it's like a heightened sense of heat. And that's basically what the flashes are. It's really quick, it's heightened, and then it stops. So I think that it's all connected. So I'm not surprised that Sister Alicia said that her sensitivities are heightened. So yeah, I've heard that. All I want to add.
Does anybody in the audience have any questions before I move on to the next Easter egg? All right. So there was a comment that was made. No, it's fine. There was a comment that was made about Yoni steaming. Or no, there was a comment that was made about our cycles changing when we're intimate, right? And I cannot tell you how many women I hear. And what I want to say to every woman, sorry for the shaky camera, what I want to say to every woman that is here is we got to know that if we're with a mate, right? And I'm going to let the sisters talk to this if they want to, but if we're with a mate that is not, our wombs are not happy with, your cycle is going to get crazy. Your period going to come on, like your period might not be due. Do you sell the eggs? So, Takia, I am going to be releasing the, wait a minute, releasing the Yoni eggs. So, Takia is asking about, I believe you're asking about the Yoni eggs that you see different people use. And I will make sure that I send this information out to you guys if y'all want it. If so, say me. Say Yoni eggs and me, but about like what Yoni eggs are and how you can use them, I'll send you an email about it. If I don't have it, make sure you put your email address and say me for Yoni eggs. But I'm going to be releasing the Yoni eggs. The new moon of I'm sorry. Yeah, the new moon of June. I will be having Yoni eggs available on the website. Ooh, child. Face is soaking wet. You turned it all the way up, boo? Like, turned it all the way up? Like 7, 8 up? All right. So, Takia, I got it. And it's funny because YouTube Live does not allow you to like show everything. So I got your information. I'm going to keep it hidden. And so Steph, I will send you all the people who say Yoni eggs me or whatever. But I just want to let you know, Takia, I did get it, because if you don't see your message there, I did get it. So yeah. So Yoni eggs, I'll be releasing those in what am I trying to say to y'all? In June, the new moon of June. Now, back to the cycle. So if you are with someone, being intimate with a man, and you are going to them and you are being intimate, it's going to be a time you may experience a time if this person is not someone that your body is comfortable with and that your spirit is not comfortable with, but you still want to be with them. So like, okay, you may want to be with them, right? Physically, you may want to be with them. All the things might happen because you're with them. But inside, right, our spirits might be like, oh no, this is not the person for us. Your womb talks to you. Like I was telling y'all, your womb is a center that you have all your life and this and that goes through and blah, 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 blah. Your womb is that center. If you aren't already, and we're going to get into this in a few minutes when we do the Yoni Steam demonstration. If you aren't already, make sure that you are taking the time to tap into your womb. And if you aren't aware, oh, wait. So this is my belly button, right? Don't laugh at this. Anyway, this is my belly button, and 2 inches underneath your belly button is your womb. So you want to place your hands over your womb and hold your hands over your womb and say, higher self, most high, whatever it is that you believe in is the highest power, Jesus, God, Allah, whoever, guide me. Show me what is right for my body and what's not. And as you're having this constant, and when I say constant, I mean before you go to bed every night or as often as you can remember, lay down, put your hands over, cross them over the top of each other, rest them on your womb, take 3 deep breaths, breathe in and out, and just listen. I'm telling y'all, the more you start to do this, the more you will begin to get symptoms that your body doesn't want to be. Your yoni, your womb, doesn't want to be intimate with the person that you're intimate with. I can't tell you how many sisters, and even me in my own past experience of my previous marriage, Kaya, close your ears, but I was in a situation where I would go to be intimate with my mate, and it was not a person that my spirit was happy with, right? And I would go to be intimate with this person, and all of a sudden, my cycle would come down. Now, and I had PCOS, but since I am a person that's very in tune with my body, I could tell when it's my cycle and when it's not. It would just be that random, like, spotting here and there. It's not something that's like a whole full out flow, like, it's not a whole full out flow. It's just spotting here and there. And so I would go and I would have these moments where I would realize, oh, dang, like my womb is reacting. And at first I thought it was like, oh, okay, that's just a PCOS. But when I realized, like, as we were going through problems and we were getting closer to divorce and things like that, when I went to be intimate with the person, I started to know some differences in my body, in my womb. The cramping, the aching, the random bleeding all of a sudden were indications that my body or my womb did not want to be intimate with the person that I was with. What I want to say to you is, if you are with you ladies, I want to say ladies, if you are with a person who you are not sure that you want to be open to, and when I say open, I mean 100% vulnerable, because Yoni Steaming can start out as a self-care thing for you. Yoni Steaming can start out as a self-care kind of ritual for you, like, oh yeah, I'm just going to Yoni Steam. This is my time that I woosah, and I take a time to myself, and blah 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 blah. It could start out as that, but if we are mindful and we are doing our meditation and we are grounding ourselves, it's going to start to turn into something that becomes more of a healing process, and it just happens like that. You're going to begin to notice different changes. So what I was saying is, if you are with a person and you are yoni steaming regularly or not regularly, and you don't want to be 100% vulnerable and open to them, I suggest that you don't yoni steam directly before becoming intimate. Why? Because it's going to open up every single pore in your body. You're going to be 100% open, like energetically open. Your womb is a receptor, right? We take in the man, it's a receptor. Everything that your partner, and I don't want to, everything that your partner, I'm going to say your partner, is giving to you during your sexual intercourse, you are going to hold in your womb. So if you are being intimate with someone that you aren't ready to be open with, and you are going to them and you're opening yourself up because you're yoni steaming, and I'm going to get into the benefits of yoni steaming in 2 seconds. But if you're being intimate with them and you're opening yourself up because of the benefits and you loving it, and then you're going to be intimate with them, that can be a situation where you are feeling very vulnerable, very open and emotionally imbalanced, right? If we're being intimate with someone who is not a person that we are really ready to be open with. And sometimes, and I want to say this is a no judgment zone. So sometimes we're married, because I told y'all my previous example, I was married to this person. Sometimes we're married to this person, and I'm being 100% real with you. Your body may not want to be with them. Your yoni, like sometimes we make decisions and we get into relationships and we get married to people that we aren't supposed to necessarily be with in that way, and we end up marrying them, and maybe they weren't the person that the Most High had for us, but we married them. And so you get in this situation, you're with them and we're being intimate with them, and your body is not happy with it, and it is now spewing out all these different symptoms, and like kind of like, oh, I'm overheated, stuff is going crazy and frantic, and you're having these random spotting or whatever's going on. We just gotta, point is, we gotta be tapped into our wombs. So don't yoni steam within, this is a yoni egg, I'm telling y'all right now, do not yoni steam within 24 hours of being intimate with the person that you do not want to be open with. This goes for women who are married and women who are not. Thank you, Kia. I appreciate all of your support. Do not get intimate and do not yoni steam and then get intimate within 24 hours of the person that you do not want to share your intimate vulnerability, all of your emotions with, because this is going to be a time that you're going to be 100% open, and like I said, you are going to be sharing everything with them inside, like emotionally, energetically. You're going to be opening yourself up to everything that they have, because to be quite honest, since we're their receptacle, and this is what I was trying to say, but I got distracted. Since we're the receptacle, we're taking in everything. We have that ability as women to pull everything that our mates is holding on them, in them. They could be 100% angry. They come home or going through a lot at work. Even if they aren't angry, they're going through a lot at work. They come home, they're intimate with you. And have you ever noticed, like, sometimes you're intimate with your mate and then you're like, I feel weird. They be fine. They go to sleep. They be snoring whole night. They knocked out. You over here on the other hand, you're like, man, I feel different. I don't know what's going on. My womb feeling kind of weird, or you up all night, you tossing and you turning, you can't figure out why. Because everything that he was carrying, you have literally removed off of him and took it. That's the mercy that the Most High has given us as women. We have the ability to nurture and to love on everybody and everything around us. And because of that, we have that ability to nurture our mates as well. And so yoni steaming is a way, next segue, is a way for us to get rid of and release all of the things that we are carrying on our bodies, in our energy, within ourselves, that we don't want to hold anymore. Okay, so there's 2 yoni eggs I just gave. First one, how many hours, and I'm going to say ready, set, go, so don't do it, don't start typing yet. How many hours before, what was my question? How many hours after yoni steaming should you wait if you do not want to be intimate with this person and be 100% vulnerable with them? How many hours should you wait after yoni steaming before you are intimate? Ready, set, go. Ooh, child, yeah. It's okay. It's all right. So enjoy yourselves. What am I looking for? What I do with them insects, queen? Ooh. Oh, y'all let Miss Renee. Y'all let Miss Renee beat y'all again. Yeah, Miss Renee, you can win as many as you want, sis. Mm-hmm.
What the answer was for the first one?
What? I don't remember which one you talking about. Right. Huh? No. All right. So, Ruth. Yeah. So we're getting ready after we answer these two Easter Yoni eggs. We getting ready. Oh, okay. Word, Miss Renee. And you can feel free to email me outside of here. If anybody wants to like chat about that more. I want y'all to know that y'all can email me outside of here. I'll put it again when my email is oh yeah, you do have my number, but just in case, no, because it's hot, right? No, give me a second. But I do want you to go take these herbs. Oh, it's red. 10 at Gmail. I'm tripping. So we're gonna do the original Yoni steam today, and I'm gonna show how we prepare it. So Rakaya is doing the water. No, don't worry about it, Ruth. I'll bring it in a second. So the first one, Miss Renee wants stuff. Can you take her down for me? 24 hours before. You need to wait 24 hours after you Yoni steam if you do not want to be open to the partner energy and be vulnerable with them. That wait 24 hours after. And then the second thing, what was my other Yoni egg that I wanted to say that I forgot? Oh, Bia, you waited too long. There was another one I wanted to give. Miss Renee, I am sending you. Huh? Who? I can't hear you. No. I'm sending Miss Renee the self-care planner. So Steph, self-care planner, Miss Renee. Okay. All right. We're getting ready to get into the demonstration. I know that some of you have been here this whole entire time that we've been talking. I'm going to show you guys how I set up this chair. For those of you who don't know, you're welcome. You are very welcome. For those of you who don't know how to Yoni steam and all of those good things, we're going to do that. We're going to do a live demonstration. Which one of y'all want to Oh yeah, I am. But who wants to volunteer? No, I don't know. Maybe not. Who wants to volunteer? I'm putting them on the spot. Who wants to volunteer to be getting their womb massaged? Oh Lord. You'll do it? Okay. So we getting ready to. So you need to and a shirt.
Is she gonna do the real Yoni steam or just?
No, I'm gonna womb massage her.
Oh. Should I just let them know orgasm when I'm laying down? I need Shannon for me.
Yes, baby.
But I'm saying have some. Yeah, but I'm saying should I get some orgasm or just let them know?
That's fine if that's what you want to do, but you need to put on whole pants. All right, so we're going to demonstrate the womb massage, and there's a couple of things. The first thing that you want to do, and listen up, y'all, because this is getting ready to be some more Yoni eggs dropped. The first thing that you want to do before you begin Yoni steaming is you want to make sure that you set your intentions. What is it that you want to get out of your Yoni steam when you're getting ready to go into it in this session? Like I said, Yoni steaming may start out as a self-care ritual for a lot of different women, but it begins to be something as you go through that, you realize you're starting to feel the difference. And if any of y'all have experienced any differences in what y'all feel with Yoni steaming, feel free to put it down in the chat. And we'll talk about them, we'll shout them out. But you want to set your intentions, and you want to zero in on what it is that I need. So for example, it's the full moon, right? So right now, this is a time where everybody is, or should be, I was about to say is, if you aren't already, the full moon is a time where we focus on what we want to release, what we no longer want to hold on to, what we don't. Oh, I know, Mia, but I'm getting ready to give another one, so you're going to be able to answer. So it's the full moon is a time that we release everything that we don't want to hold on to. Now, that can be we push it away, but it could also be a time, because full moon is very much the time where we out and we about. If y'all notice, being out and about, and people are out and they're talking and they're checking, and they say like, oh, you know, a lot of evil things happen during a full moon and all this kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be. That's not always the case, but a lot of times it does seem to happen that way for whatever reason. So with the full moon energy, though, it's the time that we're releasing. So you can set your intentions during this time as, okay, y'all, I want to say get rid of, for example, those of us who may be with a situationship that we don't want to be with. I want to release this person, and I want to get rid of, cut the cord, the energetic cord between me and this person, and I want to release the trauma or the emotions or the whatever that I'm feeling surrounding Miss Renee, surrounding this person. And so we setting our intentions. The first thing is we're setting our intentions. The second thing that we are going to do when we go into Yoni Steaming is we are going to focus on grounding ourselves. So to ground yourself, you want to put your feet, and I mean flat feet, like not Rookie, come and sit, sweetie, because I'm gonna be using you as my what's your name? So we're gonna do it. Take your shoes off. Oh, okay, that's perfect. Whoever, I mean, I'm talking. I would have said Alyssa too, but she at the door. So I mean, just all of us, so we can just woosah and like, you know. So you want to feet flat on the floor, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Okay. And so if you want to, for those of you who got your Yoni steam ready, like I told y'all in the video yesterday, get your Yoni steam ready, get ready to do this. We're going to do it live. We're doing it now. So 3 deep breaths, feet flat on the floor, back straight. Miss Renee, answer in the chat. Did you do breathing exercises before going into Yoni steaming? Because Miss Renee just said that her feet actually got really numb when she first started Yoni steaming. So, I actually want to shift this into the tent. Like I'm feeling like we need to shift the energy into the tent. And I'm gonna dim these spotlights, and we're gonna shift the energy into the tent, y'all. Because that's the whole reason why we have it. Huh? Oh yeah, I know. Rookie, there is 2 candles in that other room. Grab them for me, baby. In the other room. Sorry, get dollar. Yeah, sis, can you turn off that bottom light? Yeah, we getting ready to do this. We getting ready to do this because I feel the energy shifting already, and I didn't even start breathing my daggone self. So we want to switch it to the tent. All right, so I want us all to be seen. Oh, okay. Oh, Lord. Ruthie, can you Yeah, I will. Thank you, darling. What did I unplug? Because I don't even see it. The whole thing. Yes. It's my chair. All right, go ahead. No, this is that. Okay. Can y'all still hear me okay? Because the fan is going. Okay, Miss Renee. So you want to make sure Miss Renee mentioned that her feet got really numb the first time she started Yoni steaming. And we want to make sure we're grounding ourselves before we go into it. That's what I'm saying. It's so important that we are grounding ourselves, that we are going within, and we're making this beyond just a self-care thing that we're doing. We want to make sure that we being in tune with ourselves, because it's going to release all of the toxins that your womb is holding. If you're holding any energy and any physical blockages and toxins, it's going to release that. So we want to make sure that we're conscious of that. Okay. But yeah, so try to make this so that y'all can see us. All right, y'all. So everybody feet flat on the floor. Close our eyes. Thank you, Erica. You've been so helpful. But now we can ready to do some meditation music. Um, all right. So I don't know if y'all can see, but my circle is already zenned out, and I didn't even start breathing yet. They done left me. Where can you purchase it? Day. You can go to Yoni Love Herbals.com. All right, so we're getting ready to do the breathing exercises, and then we're going to transition into the womb massage, and then we're going to show the Yoni steam. Okay, so that's your answer, Day. So we're grounding ourselves, and we just want to make sure that we're breathing in and out very deeply, and getting centered. Okay, because like I said, we're going to be releasing all the toxins in our Yoni steam, and or while we're Yoni steaming. So this is important for us to ground ourselves, okay? Because we're going to be getting very energetic, but as well as the physical blockages as well, okay? So we're going to do that. I'm going to be quiet for a second. So I'm just taking 3 deep breaths before we start. Straighten up our backs. And as we're inhaling and exhaling, we want to make sure that we're pulling in as much breath as we can in, and then we're pushing out as much breath as we can out, until we can't feel like there's no more breath that can come out, and then we're going to do it again, and we're going to do it 3 times, okay? And it's okay if, like, when you're deep breathing, you want to like let out um like a soft ooh, like if you feel led to do that, you can. Like, there's no wrong way of deep breathing. Sometimes you gotta let out the voice, letting out the voice vibration of the air also helps to cleanse out the energy that you're holding. Okay, and I say 3 deep breaths because that helps us to ground, but you can do it as long as you need to before you start to Yoni steam. The next thing that we're going to do after we begin to deep breathe is we're going to take some oil, and I'm getting ready to go into the other room and show you guys this. But we're going to take a little bit of oil and we're going to do a womb massage, okay? And so I'm going to demonstrate that as soon as Ruth comes back in from helping mom. We're going to demonstrate the actual womb massage. We want to make sure that we're massaging our wombs. Why? Womb massage helps to release every single piece of tissue and leftover residue, I'm going to call it, from our cycles. So if you are a woman that's still cycling, even if you aren't and you're Yoni steaming, it's going to release all the energetic blockage. But you want to make sure that you're womb massaging and you're going through your womb massage and you're visualizing every single piece of the blockage being removed from there. You are going to do it in a circular motion, which I'm going to demonstrate, and it's going to help loosen up whatever is in the uterus that did not come out when you had your cycle. Okay. You may have like a day where you're spotting some after yoni steaming when you yoni steam, but that's because after you do that womb massage, you're kind of loosened up. And for those women who aren't, if you are having your cycle still, make sure that you are laying with a hot compress on your womb as much as you can at night when you're in the bed. Lay with a hot compress on your womb, and that you're womb massaging regularly throughout those days. Not real vigorous, but real soft, because that's going to help to move around the uterus and release all of the lining that's there. That way, your menstrual cycles will be so much less. Okay, if you this is a yoni ache. If you are womb massaging, your menstrual cycle cramps, if you are suffering with cramps, will be so much less, because you're loosening up everything in your uterus that your body is working so hard to release. Contractions that we get on a regular basis is our body literally trying to push out the uterine lining that's there. If we help it by putting the heat there and we help it by womb massaging, then we don't have to worry about it. We can release the lining that's there in the uterus easier during our cycle. Okay, so our deep breathing. Our little circle is sent out. We're going to move it to the other room though. So I think I'm going to leave them here to let them meditate. I'm going to go in the other room for sake of time. Okay. So come on, Rook. No, I want you to feed that.
Sure.
You're gonna have a hard time getting in the kitchen, sis. So you're gonna have a hard time getting into the kitchen. Because there's stuff in here. Alright. Yeah, so lay down. I have to obviously look at the overgarment, and
You got it.
yeah, I might have to shoot. Make sure you guys can see. Alright, so the womb is,
You want more light or you good?
huh?
Light's good.
Yeah, well, we probably will need some if y'all could bring it. Can you switch that lamp to facing this way, Queen? And then turn the spotlight part on. That's our stuff. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. But can you pull it this way? So it's just like more light in here.
Yeah.
Can y'all see this okay? Like, tell me if y'all can see this already. Okay. All right. Thanks, Steph. All right. So for those of you who don't know, I'm trying not to fully expose my child, but your womb, and you can, like, if you are a smaller woman, you can literally see the indentation. So I wish that I had my phone on this, my other camera, but you can actually see where the stomach elevates. This is like the beginning of your womb here. Okay. I don't know if you can see like from the side view, I don't know if y'all can see that good, but hopefully you can. That's how you can kind of tell where your womb is. So you can actually feel it like if you're small. If you're not a smaller woman and you like me, you nice and voluptuous. Oh, hi, Miss Donna. Thank you. Okay, you want to hold your fingers about 2 inches apart. Okay. Measure down from your belly button here, and this is the beginning of your womb. So, sorry, Rook. Trying not to expose you. You're going to take a little bit of oil. And for me, like when women are coming into the red tent and they're getting womb massage, I'm making sure that I'm grounded, which is why, we did a sage earlier and I'm taking that time to breathe with you, right? That's like really important because you don't want your energy to be all over the place if you're helping somebody else in their healing process. You got to make sure your energy is right and that you're cleansing as well. So you're rubbing your hands together. And then I personally just place my hands over the womb. Now, your hands, when we were saging earlier, I was expressing to you guys that your hands are actually chakras, right? You have chakras in the inside. So as you rubbing this, I can feel the heat building up. And I mean, obviously you're like, yeah, y'all, you're rubbing your hands. That's why you can feel it. No, I can feel the heat, like the energy building, as I'm rubbing them. But you rub your hands and I just take a time and I can feel like in my palms. So I just take my hands and I place it over top of the person's womb. And I take a moment to just be still. Okay. I think y'all can see this. Okay. And while I'm holding my hands over her womb, I'm trying to see where I feel, because I'm a person that can feel energy. I'm seeing where on her womb I may be feeling some like stagnation or energy that feels like a blockage, right? So I just place my hands over her womb and say, for example, I'm feeling it here. It's like, oh, okay, I feel it here. I'm visualizing that I'm sending healing energy to this spot that's in her. Now, if you're doing it for yourself, you're going to be feeling you're going to rub your hands together and you're going to place them over your womb. If you feel something, like sometimes you place your hands on your womb and you feel cramping before you even start to rub. I know I have before, like if I needed to get, like if I'm going through a hard time, emotional time. So back to the womb massage. So I place my hands over top. I'm feeling energy. And so you want to take and you're going to start around the belly button. God, this is not. I hope y'all can see this. You're going to real soft, small circles around the belly button. And this is helping to move. And you want to make sure that you're doing it in a clockwise position, the same direction as your colon, so that you don't be back in the poop up. Okay, but you feel pain?
No, she's like, I just ate not too long ago, so you're kind of moving around the food.
I'm moving around her, yeah, and she's going to be having a nice little big doo-doo in a minute. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I'm embarrassing her. So I'm doing nice circles, right? Because I want to loosen up the energy that's inside of the womb. And then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to stop again. And I'm going to place my palm back over, right? And I'm going to feel. All right. So say, for example, I felt blockage here. Like I actually do feel the vibration in here, but Rakaya has her cycle and she's had one for years. So, like it's probably because her cycle is coming. Like I just know her cycle, her cycle, but I can feel that her cycle is coming. So because of that, obviously she's not going to Yoni Steam because it's getting ready to come. But if it wasn't, you're now going to take and you're going to come up to the belly button. Hopefully y'all are seeing this. I'm coming up to the belly button and I'm going around in a circular motion, making sure that I include her womb. Okay? Now, this womb massage, like I said, is going to help move around whatever energetic, physical, mental, emotional blockages we are holding as women. We're going to be moving all of it around so that when we yoni steam, it all comes out. And now I place my hand over top of her stomach, making sure my palm is at her belly button. And I'm going to pull in a soft pull, but I'm going to pull down. So if you're doing yourself, obviously, you're going to be pushing down on yourself. But you're pushing down so that the energy that you've moved around is now working its way down. And then I come back and I ground her. Okay? Because normally this would be a client that's getting ready to get onto the pot. I'm literally tripping sweat. This would be a client that was getting ready to get onto the pot. Okay? So I ground her. And then we would go into the pot. If you are queen in the kitchen, there is the pot that's on. If you can bring that out, I'm going to put it on top of the pot holder and then show them how to prepare the yoni steam. You know, Root. Thank you for being my assistant. If you are a woman, all right, so that's a good question, Steph, and I'm getting ready to make sure I answer that for you. Oh, yeah. But I didn't, darn, you gotta leave, Alicia.
Yeah. I have 20 minutes.
Right. What? I'm so grateful.
I'll come back and see you again.
Yes, child, please. My sister gotta get ready to roll out.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm sweaty, boo. I'm sorry. Does not matter for the day, Miss Renee. Steph, to answer your question, castor oil packs. If you are okay, castor oil packs should be used when womb massaging / yoni steaming. That's fine. Cause I didn't even I didn't get a chance to do it. You got to ask Jenny because she's the one who took it. Castor oil pack should be used when yoni steaming / massaging. And then, is there a specific time? So castor oil packs are literally castor oil that you take into, or the way you can do like a home one. You take castor oil, like back in the day, castor oil. You pour it into a rag that is hot and put into boiling water. Of course, remove it with a spoon so you don't burn yourself. Put it into a space so that the oil can kind of cool off. And then wring it out, right? I mean, so that the water can cool off a little bit that's in the rag, and then wring it out. And then you're going to take the castor oil and you're going to take the rag. I'm sorry. After you wring it out, you're going to take the rag and put it over top of the womb. If you're doing this is for a castor oil pack. You're going to take the rag, put it over top of the womb, and after you have heated up your womb and the area is nice and warm, then you're going to take the castor oil, put it into your palm, and massage it. Castor oil is so freaking healing for the womb. Another yoni egg that I just said, okay? So I got, I think, 3 more giveaways that I'm going to do. That's another yoni egg. Miss Renee, is there a specific time you can do a yoni steam? I did mine during the day. No, you can do a yoni steam in the morning, the night, whenever. It's up to you. Whatever is the easiest and most convenient time for you to be able to do your yoni steam is perfectly fine. Okay? No specific time. It's really about your schedule. You do want to make sure, however, that you have 30 minutes. And I'm getting ready to get into that because I'm getting ready to demonstrate for y'all how I set up the Yoni Steam. And then yeah. No, there's not a specific time. Specific time. That you should. All right. I'm going to do an Easter egg right now. What did I say was the number of times, deep breaths at least, that you should breathe in and out? Thank you, C. I really appreciate it. My dear sister Asia. What is the number of times that you should breathe in and out deep breaths when you are yoni steaming, when you are meditating? Ready, set, go. The number of times that you should deep breathe in and out before yoni steaming to ground yourself. Ready, set, go. At least. You was able to find a water queen? Oh.
I love it.
Oh.
Are you still on your meeting?
I am.
What about the Menopause director?
Yes. Come in next to that question on the camera.
No, just active.
Yeah. Okay. Huh? Yeah. Where's those hot pots at? Those hot bags. The hot bag.
Oh.
Oh. Like that. That's what's for y'all gifts. 3D. Oh, Miss Renee. Oh, somebody else other than Miss Renee. It's 4 people in this live. Miss Renee is getting everything. She's wiping y'all out. Anybody else? What's the number of the? She just told y'all. No. 3D. Yes. Thank you, Miss Donna. I appreciate you. No, you fine, Miss Renee. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. I'm just joking. All right. So 3 deep breaths. I'm gonna give it to Miss Renee because nobody else is commenting, even though I see y'all on here. It's 3 deep breaths. And Steph, okay, Steph, I'll give it to you. I'm sorry, Miss Renee. I'm gonna give it to Steph. 3 deep breaths. Yes, you are, Miss Renee, and I appreciate it. You definitely are. No, it's fine, Miss Donna. Yeah, you probably came in right after we finished the deep breathing. So I was telling everyone, for those of you who aren't familiar, we're going to do, before you go into Yoni Steaming, you just want to make sure you do 3 deep breaths. But I'm going to give a real quick recap right before we get off because we only have like 20 minutes left. So I'm getting ready to tell you what's your prize stuff. So that you can see, so that you can see how I prepare it. For those ladies who have to get off because I know it's getting late. All right, so we did our deep breathing. We did our womb massage, right? So now we prepared. We all prepared to get ready to go Yoni steam, and now we want to prepare our Yoni steam. So here, yeah, I know, right? Musical chairs. Steph, I'm giving you this water feature, my dear. I'm giving you the water fountain. Why in the world? What just happened? Here. How do I get out of this? Oh gosh. Trying to get this thing out of here. I don't know what I did. Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. So I don't know, but I need something else to level it because I want to make sure that they can see what I'm doing. Hopefully, bismillah, it's not gonna fall. All right, so the particular one that I'm going to do is the original because this is what I'm going to use tonight for myself. So the original blend is just original, right? Obviously. But you want to take hot water and you want to make sure that you are, and when I say hot water, like my daughter prepared this for me because she's my assistant, but I would not suggest that you do any more than 4 to 5 cups of water at a time when you're boiling. Boil 4 to 5 cups of water in a pot and then stop the pot from boiling and set it to the side. After you do that, you're going to take in your hand a handful of herbs. When I say handful, I mean for your palm, right? Can y'all see this? Hopefully you can. I literally just filled up my palm. And this is about a 1/4 of a cup. Drop it into the water. Mia, really though, me? Like, really? Like, sis, really? I want you to be like, Lord. I done gave it away already. She come away and talk about some 3. All right, so I take 2. Because with a pot this big, Rakaya prepared this for us. So with a pot this big, you want to make sure that you are you want to make sure that you are having enough herb in there. Now, after you put it in, you want to take you a fork or a spoon of some kind. Can you see what I'm doing, y'all? Hope so. You want to stir it up. No, I think they can see. They can see me. Y'all can see me, right? Somebody comment. I think it's a delay in the video. Okay. Yeah, Miss Renee said yes. Okay. All right. So stir up your herbs and then you're going to cover this and you're going to let this sit. This is going to make all of the properties of the herbs come out. I'm getting ready to tell them. I'm getting ready to switch over here. Mom, can you switch that fan over? Can you? Oh no, I can feel it. Kajimni, in the kitchen, there is a shoot. I'm gonna use that metal bowl. There's that purple bowl. If you could bring that, it's the plastic. Yeah, that one for Yoni Steaming. All right. So my mom just said, how long do you let it sit? I'm gonna start over for the recap. We ground ourselves. We deep breathe. We set our intentions. We decide what it is that we want to accomplish with our Yoni steam. After we do that and we decide what we want to accomplish and we meditate or whatever makes you zen out and wusa and all of those good things, we go and we do our womb massage. We massage our wombs either with the castor oil or another kind of maybe carrier oil and essential oil that you like. She calling me? Okay. Some other essential oil and carrier oil that you like. You make sure that you rub those in real good in our palms. Deep breathing, right? Put our hands over our palms. We're going to massage our wombs. After we massage our wombs, we want to go and we want to get our herbs. And for every 4 to 5 cups of water, we are going to put a palm full of herb. A palm full of herb is going to be about 1/4 of a cup. That's the measurement. For every, let me write that down. For every 4 to 5, oh, this thing is not typing. For every 4 to 5 cups of water, 1 palm full of herb. Okay. Every 4 to 5 cups of water, 1 pound full of herb. We take the herbs, we pour it into our palm, we put it into our hot water. We want to make sure that our hot water is not still boiling. Now, you will hear some women say that they let their water boil and all those. I don't let my water boil. I let the properties of the herbs release themselves into the water by itself slowly. I don't want to accelerate the process. I want to give the herbs a chance to work. We also don't want to overheat and overcook our herbs because then we start to kill the healing properties inside of them. So we want to just take the water, the boiling water that was there, off of the heat, off of the fire, turn off our fire, leave it in a pot, palm full of herbs. Take that palm full of herbs into the pot, 1 pound for every 4 to 5 cups of herb, okay? Into the water, and after we put it into the water, we're going to let it sit. We are letting it sit and steep for 15 to 20 minutes. And I cover mine. So I take a big lid and I cover over top of my pot. So now I'm trapping all of the heat inside of the pot, and all of the heat that's there is going to be what's kind of helping to cook the herbs, but in a nice, gentle way. Okay. And so that's going to help all of the herbs to release. Now, in every single one of my Yoni steaming blends, there is rose petals. Inside of the Yoni steam, the way that you can tell when your Yoni steam is done, besides the fact that your water obviously turns colors, is that your rose petals are no longer looking hard. They are soft and like wavy, like they look like they've been cooked, for lack of better words. So your rose petals are soft, right? And so key indication, be typing. Key indication that your Yoni steam, Yoni steam is done. Okay, Mia. Key indication that your Yoni steam is done being prepared. She said, I'm going to show you my phone. Oh, well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a giveaway anyway, because it's probably, I know that there's a delay, but I don't know how much there's a delay. Key indication that your Yoni steam is done being prepared is the rose petals, I'm getting ready to, will be completely softened. Okay. My sister asked a question, and I want to answer it real quick before I go. Before she has to leave, because she asked, can women with hysterectomy still Yoni steam? Absolutely. Your womb is your womb is your womb, regardless of whether the physical womb is there or not. You still have an energetic womb. So if you are a woman who has gone through hysterectomy, who no longer has a who no longer has her physical uterus there, she still has an energetic uterus. Your energetic uterus is just as powerful as your physical one. Okay. And I want you to know that you can manifest just as much, and you can manifest just as much. For those women who are still here, I want to say really quick, I want to make a couple of announcements, and then I'm going to end up the last part. And no, I'm going to do that now, and then I'll make my announcements. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. Come into this room with me. So I want y'all to know I'm using this chair because I want you to know you can literally use anything. I suggest to women who don't have Yoni chairs, 3 C-sections, 5 C-sections, it does not matter, Miss Donna. You can Yoni steam. Does not matter if you have C-sections or not. You have an energetic womb, regardless of what you have done, what you have had done, like surgeries or hysterectomies or any of those things. You still have a womb. Absolutely. Yoni steaming is good for any woman who has started mincing. If you are just coming into the room, any woman who has started mincing, even young girls who have been mincing at least a year and who is at least 100 pounds can begin to Yoni steam. It is all 100% herbs. That's a good idea. The crock pot. Miss Renee. Hey. What was I saying? Don't remember. I'm gonna go ahead with my rest of my stuff because we're almost at the end of it. All right, so I'm using this chair because I want y'all to. Oh, that's what I was getting ready to say. I want y'all to know that you can use absolutely anything. Yeah, exactly. Stuff that is the beauty of it because there's no chemicals inside of the Yoni Steam. So it's just herbs, all natural herbs and their healing properties. I am using actually a hospital chair. Chair meaning like I'm going to show you, but you know the chairs that you do, like the pots that if you don't have a regular pot, you just use that. I'm using this for lack of a better demonstration because I didn't want to take y'all into the bathroom, but you can do this into the toilet. So the same exact way I'm getting ready to show you with this hospital chair seat, whatever you want to call it, is what you can do with your toilet. Okay, so we're going to act as if my herbs have been steeping the whole entire 20 minutes. We're going to transfer the herbs into another bowl, and then I'm going to show you how we do it on the toilet. Okay, 2 seconds. Sorry, I'm like, look. I'm here first. Talk about social media, you too late. No, sis, I ain't sure when I heard it. Oh, Lord, that was bad, right? Look, she's still talking right in there. Oh, you still talking, you ain't over me. I know.
He didn't get time to talk, he was so busy.
Sorry. That's all right.
I have to
Wait. Jeez. You got your cut? Yeah. Okay.
I parked on the other street, not around here. Yeah, I know. I'm in the wrong address.
Yeah. Here it goes.
Yeah, all those things.
Because it got to go inside.
No, that's not. Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. People are leaving because it's getting late. People are coming to still show love. So it's like a lot going on. But I'm still here. Clearly. All right. So the next thing I want to say is you want to make sure that you are using a metal pot. I have the metal pots available. I will make sure that they are available online on the website at midnight. They will be up, okay? You want to make sure you put it into a metal pot. Do not put your Yoni Steam into a plastic bowl because you will be releasing every single toxin that is in the plastic into your vagina as you're steaming, okay? Use a metal bowl inside of a plastic bowl, which I will demonstrate right now, so that you're not releasing any harmful properties, chemicals, any of those things into it. This is just for demonstration, so don't talk about me with the mess in there. Okay, so you have your Yoni Steam. We're going to act like my herbs are done steeping. And I'm just going to pour a nice amount into there.
Yeah.
So you're going to pour, if you were preparing a 4 to 5 cup pot, you want to make sure that you are pouring half of it into here. The other half you can keep. And I will talk about how to store it in 2 seconds. You're going to take this. Where that bowl at, sis? Sis? Huh? You're going to take your bowl. You want to make sure you have a large bowl and you have a metal pot. Walaikum salam. Shukran, sis, for coming. You want to make sure that you take your metal bowl, put it inside of your plastic bowl. Both bowls will be available at midnight if you do not have it already, okay? On the website. Metal bowl inside of a plastic bowl and sit it into your toilet seat. This bowl is big enough and is made so that it fits. Now, obviously, this is not a regular toilet, but you're going to literally drop it down into the space. You're going to lift your toilet seat up, just like I did this one, okay? And you're going to drop it down into the hole that's in the toilet. It's not going to fall into the water, Okay, I know some people are like, do I pour it straight into the water? No, it's not going to fall into the water. It's going to sit there. You're going to lower your toilet seat, and so now your yoni steam looks like this. Okay, and then you will sit over top of those herbs for 20 to 30 minutes. All right, I'm going to go back to the table. We're going to do a real quick recap for those who are still here. And I have two major announcements. You can bring that box for me, Queen. I would appreciate it. Ooh, child. Oh, wait.
Question: is there anything, is such a thing as the pot being too high or too low? Like, is it?
That's a good question. Yes, there is. You want to make sure. So, if you're on your toilet seat, naturally, your legs are going to be the same height as your hips. Okay, I mean, you aren't going to be stooped down. That means that, and I'm about to be TMI, but that means that either you're going to move your bottom cheeks to the side, okay, so that you have openness and then sit, or you're going to sit and lean over. Now, the reason you're doing this is because you are opening up your vagina. I don't know if y'all know it, but when you sit down, you are closing, your vagina closes up like a flower. When you bend over, your vagina opens up, it flowers open. So if you are sitting flat on the toilet, the steam is not going to get up into your yoni. You're not going to receive all of the healing properties. It would just be steaming the outside. But if you lean over a little bit, then you are going to be making sure that the steam gets totally into your womb and gets a chance to get in there and start working around. Any other questions, Queen? Yeah. So if you aren't using a typical yoni steaming chair, like I use this demonstration because I want you guys to know that you can pretty much use anything that allows you to sit on it. If you happen to be able to sit on, you can use it with a flat surface that you could drop a bowl into. This hospital chair I use as an example for the toilet. So I don't have to take y'all into the bathroom, but it's what you would drop your bowl into. So real quick recap. We already talked about grounding ourselves, making sure we're one, we're woosah, the whole 9 yards. And after we're relaxed, we're going to do a womb massage on ourselves. We want to make sure we massage ourselves real well, either with a carrier oil and essential oil that you like, such as lavender, such as some people like eucalyptus, whatever it is that you like, the scent that you like. Give yourself a real good womb massage, okay? And then after you do your womb massage, you're going to go and you're going to put the herbs in the water that you've been letting to steep into the water. You're going to transfer those into the metal bowl that you want to make sure that you have. Take that metal bowl, sit it inside of a plastic bowl, and drop it down into your toilet. Then put your toilet seat over top. And after you put your toilet seat over top, then you can sit on that and you can steam. There is 2 major things that I forgot to mention. When you are steaming, you want to make sure that you are covering from the breast down. Okay. So, for example, when women come to me and they get a yoni steam, I have something that looks very much like yeah, kind of like a sarong that cups this, okay? And it's like a flowy kind of skirt, pretty much like a skirt that you pull up here, okay? And so the reason why you're doing this because you want to keep your womb and all of your torso warm while you are yoni steaming. You don't want the air to get in. You want it to be heat and you want the steam to stay there. And so that's allowing your womb to help also release, because that heat, like I was talking about for your cycles, if you're a woman that's still cycling, when you put the heat onto your womb and you're massaging it and you're using a hot heating pad, is going to help to remove all of the buildup that's there in the womb and any toxins that are there that your body's trying to get rid of. It will also help to lessen your cramps. Besides yoni steaming, putting a hot compressor on and massaging will also help to lessen any cramps that you may be experiencing if you are a woman who experiences cramps with your menstrual cycle. And so after you transfer your herbs into the pot, you're going to sit there and you're going to steam for 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. And you can do whatever you want. You can read, you can watch TV, you can look at a book, you can like a coloring book, whatever, like whatever helps you to woosah, use it as self-care time and just woosah. Take that moment to woosah. And then you can take the herbs and you just put them into the toilet and flush them. And that's completely it. Okay. Do you guys have any questions about anything that I said? I know I spent a whole lot tonight. Oh, yeah, maybe Miss Renee. No, I did it already. I do still have a cup. I have the cup, and I have one more book. I did the self-care book for Miss Renee. So we are going to give away. Actually, I'm gonna get this to which one you want? Okay. Do you? All right. So we don't have the cup anymore because my sister just took it. But we're gonna do the book. Your goal, girl. It's a goal-setting workbook. And we're going to do what's called a Yoni egg, where you tell me one of the things that I just mentioned. We're going to answer the question. Does anybody have any questions before I do that? Because we get ready to close out. It's 2 minutes after 10. Y'all have any questions for me about Yoni Steaming, how Yoni Steams work, anything about the product line? In the product line, there is a fertility blend for women who are trying to conceive. The herbs that you will use to try to conceive is in this Yoni steam and inside the tea. And specifically for those of you who don't know if you are trying to conceive, you make sure you use Dong Qua, okay? Because it makes you extremely fertile. And it's also known to heighten female libido, so you might be ready to go like a rabbit. But postpartum, for those women who have just given birth, to help tighten up the womb, like tonification of the womb, and to also tighten up that yoni hole, girl. Get that joint nice and right. So after giving birth, make sure you don't have no, get it, you got the picture. Make that joint nice and fibroid and cyst shrinking for those women who are trying to shrink their fibroids. In the beginning of the video, I gave my whole story on me coming into the Yoni Steaming journey and how I received the message and the ingredients that are in my Yoni steams. And I got them basically in a dream from an ancestor during my time where I was trying to heal myself. I got the answer in a dream and was like, oh man, I don't know if I want to share this or not. And so I tested on myself and I started seeing the changes in my own cycle, dealing with PCOS. I pretty much healed myself from that disease and I've shrunk down my own fibroid a centimeter. So I gave that whole story. If you didn't hear it, I will definitely be coming on doing more lives and things like that to try to continue to teach women about everything that's going on. But the fibroid and cyst shrinking regimen is the one that I received from the elder in a dream that I used to shrink my own fibroid 1 centimeter. And I actually had a video where I talked about it really in depth. If you are interested, you can find that video on my channel where it's called TMI, my TMI experience, where I talk about every single thing I've benefited from dealing with Yoni steaming. And it's like a 20-minute video, but I go through everything. And I got pictures in the whole 9 yards. It's like graphic. I'm telling y'all right now, but it's there. Can you hear me that other, is there another Yoni? Where's the other one? That's only 3. Oh, postpartum. Man, I just set my rag on top of this, really. The postpartum blend for those women who are going through postpartum. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Menopause. I'm like, this ain't the postpartum. This is purple. Yeah, this is the menopause blend for those women who are going through menopause. If you weren't here, we had a whole topic in discussion earlier. Some sisters were asking questions about menopause and how do they know if they're in menopause and what are the symptoms of menopause and, how can I help to relieve those different things. We talked about that. That is that blend for women who are going through menopause. there is a peaceful perioding blend for women who are dealing with PMS, who are dealing with cramps and extreme cramps, who are dealing with heavy, crazy, irregular flows during their cycle. This peaceful perioding blend is the one that has the herbs that will help to relieve the symptoms of your PMS, that will help to stop the cramping that you're experiencing during your cycle, and that will also help to regulate your flow. I had PCOS, and I use on a regular basis the peaceful perioding. I use 1 week prior to my cycle supposed to be coming, and then after my cycle leaves, I use the fibroid and cyst shrinking one regimen, and that's the one that I have been using to shrink down my fibroids and my own cysts that I have. And I've basically succeeded at starting that process. And then this is for the yeast and BV. I cannot tell you how many women I am getting emails and messages from who are suffering with yeast and BV. There are 5 major things that if you are suffering with yeast and BV, you need to do. And I'm going to name a couple of them. I have another video, if you haven't watched it, that you can go and watch about healing your yeast and BV. There are 5 major things, but I'm going to name a couple of them. The first thing that you need to do is make sure that you are cutting out all starches and sugars. If you're noticing that you're extremely itchy and that you're having yeast and those different symptoms that come along with yeast infections, cut out your starches, cut out your sugars, cut out all of those things. Just eat fruit. And if you are a meat or fish person, meat, fish, and vegetables and meat and fish. Cut out even your fruit, your starches, your sugars, your sweets. Cut it out. It's going to completely cut the yeast. The yeast is coming because it's an overage in the body, and it's called candida. I'm not going to get into that now because we're already over the 10-minute mark, but I just want to basically tell y'all, cut that out. There's something else you can do, and it will be available on the website as well. There's an herb called Paul d'Arco. Paul d'Arco herb is the herb that you can use as a tea, steeping it in water and drinking it as a tea if you are suffering with Yoni steam, with yeast infection, and then using it in your Yoni steam. And if it is really, 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 really bad and you need relief and you just like itching your eyes out, basically, you can use it as a dish, okay? Just one time, not a lot, 2 cups full into a pour out what you get at the store, basically, and use a container. Now, I do not suggest, I'm telling you right now, it's not something in that video I talked a lot about. It's not something that I suggest to women to do a lot, because obviously anything that's going inside the yoni is going to throw off your chemical imbalances. But honestly, your yeast infection is already doing that. So the Paul d'Arco herb, in real extreme ones where you can't like get any other solution, you can use as a way to dish real quick, and it's going to cut all of the yeast that's there in the womb. And then from there on, you continue on with your eating habits and cutting out the sugar. And you're going to do that for like a week you're going to do that for 2 weeks. That's better. 2 weeks is better. For those of you who can't last 2 weeks, you at least want to do at least a week. And then this is the original Yoni Steam blend. Any women who are just Yoni steaming just because you're on a self-healing journey and you want to get more into it, you can Yoni steam with the original blend. This is the original one that I started with, and then I told you guys in that dream that I had, the ancestor gave me the herbs and things like that I was supposed to use. I tried them out, they worked. I gave them to other sisters, they worked, and that's how we got here with the 7 different blends. I'm guessing there's no other questions because nobody put anything there. I want to thank you guys for being here with me. This is like such a special time for me. I did not get a chance to talk about it a lot, but for those women who are looking for an additional stream of income, at the new moon of June, which is I believe the 15th, because tonight's a full moon. And if y'all don't know, it's thundering and lightning outside like crazy, y'all. It's the full moon. Like, go in with setting y'all intentions on what y'all want to release from your lives and get in tune with yourself. Like, release it. Y'all, I'm getting ready to do a whole thing after I get off of here, so I don't hold y'all no more. I'm getting ready to do a whole thing, and I'm getting ready to set my intentions on, what I just need to continue to release and what I'm releasing out into the world even. Like, if you got goals that you're setting and you want to release that out into the world and you want people to know about it, do it at the full moon, because this is the time. Everybody's out and about and things are active. So anyway, what was I saying? Yes, I want to thank y'all. Whew, I need them here to help me keep on track. I want to thank y'all. Thank you for coming and spending this time with me. Oh, that's what I was saying. Affiliate marketing. I am going to be opening up the new moon of June an affiliate marketing opportunity. If you don't know what that is, it's an opportunity for you to get a piece of the Yoni Love Herbals financial pie. I am going to put all of the details in an email and email it out. If you want information on how to start your own Yoni Steaming business, which I will be selling different franchises and things like that to come in the future, put your information down in the description box that says me franchise or me affiliate marketing, and I will make sure that I forward you all of the information for the affiliate marketing opportunity. But this is an opportunity for us to share the information about Yoni steaming, about healing our wombs and spreading that to all the women that we possibly know. It's important. Women are suffering like crazy. Thank you, Miss Donna. Women are suffering like crazy, and my whole passion is to help women heal. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I want to thank y'all. If you're interested in any opportunities to make additional money, put your information down below. Say me, and I will make sure. Steph, make sure that you write. Make sure that you write any names there that say me, please. I think that's it. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I need to say. Yeah, I think I mentioned it, and I think y'all know, but I was accepted into Walmart.com, which is why I'm having this launch party. Hey, Miss Donna. Okay. Okay, no problem. Steph, can you write down Miss Donna, please? Yes, I think y'all know already, but I'll just mention it again about it being live on Walmart.com. So it's actually going to be live in the morning, and it's going to be there, and it's going to be available, and then it will be actually carried in Walmart stores. So this is like big, and obviously, you know, it's big to do. But I love you guys very much. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to say peace. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, Miss Renee, no problem. Oh, Miss Donna. So anybody that wants in, send your information to thisred10@gmail.com so that we don't have to have it on here. And I'm gonna see how I can thank you, but I'm gonna erase your email. Miss Donna, text me. I'm gonna erase your information if I can find it. Yes, because I don't want your stuff on this live feed, because all of my subscribers are going to come and they're going to watch it after I take this off. So I'm removing it, Miss Donna. Okay, but text me your address again, please. Also, if you are interested in purchasing, I'm going to put it one more time. Yoni Love Herbals. Yoni Love Herbals.com. All right, y'all. Love you very much. Peace. I'm going to leave it on here for a minute in case somebody, because it's a delay in it. So people are getting it after I say it. And then if I cut it, I hope it's not going to cut them off what they saying. It's still here? Yeah, they can hear me. I'm still live, but I'm not going to cut it until I see all of them leave. Because like Mia was sitting here. she was seeing me go like this, and I was sitting here in the other room. It's a mad delay in this thing. Like, wow.
That's why I was like, I'm on my way. I'm not sure.
I saw you. He was like, I'm going to show you my phone. You don't want to see, sis?
I'm going to all day.
Okay.
So did you have
I'm so loud. Oh, no problem, Miss Donna. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate you very, very much. I love you very dearly. You already know you my Gemini twin. Yes. And by the way, we have to go whitewater rafting. I didn't forget. We have to go whitewater rafting. Oh, kayaking. Thank you, Queen. Yes. Happy birthday. Woo. They still on here. That's how I know it's a delay, because they still.
It's a blossom. Right.
Ooh, those are so pretty. I saw them. I gotta put them in the bag. I got a vase. Figure out which one. And it's so funny because it goes with my freaking color scheme.
Yeah.
Like that is so deep. Both of them go with like my color scheme. Like, oh, my sister brought me roses, y'all.
Yeah, that's why I said green.
Oh, I thought you said Alicia. Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. Thank you, darling. Yes, I'm taking out my fake flowers. Put my real ones. Peace, y'all. I'm cutting it off. I'm guessing everybody put what they want to say. Cause I can see there's still people in here, but I want to cut it off. And stream.
So who's this Mr.